right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still red for me, but I believe it's over because I see no zombies.
It's
Yeah.
0:36. It should be over for everyone. I don't know why your numbers aren't white.
The numbers are white, it means the nighttime still
Yeah, my numbers are
red.
white, yeah.
That's normal, it'll stay like that until it's the actual
looks
daytime.
Like all this
Oh, mine's white. Day
No,
43 white.
Not the time, the actual daylight.
No.
Oh, you mean the sky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the number.
Yeah, no,
number.
Yeah, the number for me is white.
The numbers
Yep.
being white is the sky's still red.
Oh, I thought they were meaning that their number was... Okay.
Okay, let me see. Rawg left the game.
Yeah, Horde Night's over.
There's nothing else to do here.
Well, I mean, go do missions or... You know, whatever. Collect bags if there's any left to collect. I actually was grabbing several bags right there at the underneath where Death was. I might just stay there next time if she takes that top section. I might just hide down there and just grab all the bags that drop.
Works for me, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna ride my back. I'm gonna go back to the compound. Then
Hey,
it's podcast time.
is it actually? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have been doing the podcast here for the past 47 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wait, actually, oh damn. Sorry for the bad words, by the way.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because I've
We're
never said
probably
anything
gonna-
like that.
yeah,
We're-
never. We haven't had anything awful or anything about kink, sex, nothing on our podcast.
No, I've definitely
wank
never called
masters.
the entire football fan
Just like the
base a
word
bunch of
sex.
sex
Oh my God.
offenders.
Oh my god.
Never pissed off Beyonce's fan base.
Who had sex with pandas?
Sex with where the fuck?
I thought Ares just said something about talking about sex with pandas.
No, I just said because I've absolutely never called the entire football fan base sex offenders.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about having sex with pandas.
No,
I
that's
need
what
some
that's
repair
what
kits. Does anybody
what
have
pa-
some repair kits?
that's what Panda Express is
No.
for, isn't it?
I was going to say, well, I mean, sex with pandas
We have
would be
to go get
great
some.
because then they'll actually want to
Alright.
breed and stop,
Make
you know,
some
letting
replies.
themselves die out.
Everything's fucked.
What the fuck
Okay,
did I
let's
just
see.
hear?
Everything is not fine.
Water.
Dress up in a panda furry outfit and just walk into a panda enclosure. We
Oh,
can get
apparently I
Scaly
don't
do
have
that.
any wood.
Why are
He's
you
a
trying to-
scaly, not a furry.
He'll still do it. Why do you need wood?
Or my fire.
Wood,
Oh.
wood.
We just gotta keep playing the game?
No, I'm
No.
unloading all my shit.
But no, she said that she's jumping off. She just needs to say it another 7 times.
Fuck
Yeah,
off!
she'll give her like 20 minutes.
You see
Yeah.
what these people, what these guys do to me? They're just such assholes. Why do I put up with it?
Yeah.
Why? Why do I keep playing games? Why? Oh, that reminds me.
Because you love us.
Aries, me and you need to finish the We Were Here series again, apparently, because yeah, they made another one. Where are my tools? This is tools.
Was this the one that you mentioned last month?
Yeah. That I'll keep, and I will keep whenever I remember it. I'll just probably mention it.
Well, I mean, it's not like I've been off for half of this week.
God damn it, Jack, your motorcycle.
Well, I have.
Oh, Jack's not here, right? Oh, never mind.
Food. Do I not have a food box? What the fuck? Food ingredients. I have a food ingredients box, but I don't have.
What about Jax?
Oh no, I thought Jax was here.
No, he said he had to go.
Yeah,
Damn.
he had to do something before
Oh.
it was even.
Everybody put Jax.
I think that's an ingredient. That's not an actual.
But from now on, I'm going to make Horde Night any other day except for Wednesday.
Yeah, no more Wednesdays.
Why?
Because Wednesday.
Because it's the new podcast day.
Oh, I gotcha. Right.
Yep,
What do we do
alrighty.
now?
See ya.
Bye.
All right, see ya,
Bye,
buddy.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we should probably go into the podcast section.
You guys have fun.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out too. All right, goodbye,
Okay,
guys. Have a
thanks for
good one.
coming. See ya.
Bye bye.
Thanks for hosting Horde Night, guys.
Wait,
Yep.
are y'all going to the podcast section? Because I don't think I
Oh,
have access.
speaking
to
of
it.
Horde Night,
I just
Called
got banned
it.
from the server.
yeah, and it's
Oh.
still technically Horde Night.
Oh my god.
No, it's
Okay, I'm
after
not loading
midnight.
back in
Most
there.
of the time, it won't
It's
actually.
no, it's 6 a.m. because it's happened the last time.
Hard night stops at 4, like
Oh, yeah.
naturally.
The 4 or 6, whichever
Okay,
one it is. But
let's
yeah,
see,
until it hits
where
that time,
am
it's
I?
still Horde Night. So when we log back in, it's
Okay.
going to be Horde again.
Let me move you guys up. Ta-ta. If anyone wants to join Spitroast, let us know.
Hello. Hello.
Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Oh, I should probably start the event, even though.
Yeah.
There.
Well, the
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was something new for this podcast. Oh, here I am fucking around on my Discord when, hey, we're podcast right now. Boop, boop, ba-doop.
Yeah, if only there was a way to have an overlay so you didn't need to have it on Discord.
Or
It's a fuck
maybe
up to
just use your
you.
second screen.
I do.
Oh, okay. So, what's the news this week?
Oh, well. Shit, I need to pull up my fucking browser. Aries, gotta pull him on.
And by local news, my neighbors tried to cause a bunch of problems for a whole bunch of people.
How so?
They keep letting their dogs run loose, and well, it was just hunting season, and the dogs kept chasing deer through the areas people like to hunt in, and they,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, you were talking about this.
they called up there and told them, like, look, just keep your fucking dogs, like, you know, tied up or whatever. You're not even allowed to just let your dogs run free in my state. Like, you have to, like, have them, like, on a chain or a leash or inside dogs or... And somebody called the cops on them after they went up there to see if it was indeed the same dogs that they got on their trail cams and their security cams around their house. And it was, so they called the cops on them. And now the neighbors, because these are like multiple families that are having issues with these people's dogs. So now, like, they're just lashing out at everybody, trying to, like, cause drama between a whole bunch of people to, I guess, get them back for calling the game commission and the cops on them for not, or for just letting their dogs run loose. Oh, and every time somebody, like, calls and tells, they're like, that's not our dogs. We didn't let our dogs out. But they did, and they do. Like, right now, I can hear one up over the hill barking.
And nobody's called anyone to detain the dogs.
Oh, no, they have. They've called the game commission and the cops.
But has anyone actually tried to detain them?
No. No, I think they got some fines out of the deal, but I mean, now that, like, deer season's over, they're just going to let them run loose again because they think that, like, well, now they're thinking it's only in deer season that they're, like, not allowed to let their dogs run loose.
So, yeah, Rawg, you're theory about it not being Horde Night, I was right, it still is.
Oh,
Have fun. Go pew pew. That reminds me of my issue. My animal issue here. Haven't had the issue in a while. I have a pit bull. You guys have seen her, Lily. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Hi, Precious. She just pops her head up.
watch out, it's going to pee in the basket again.
No, no, that's my cat. Lily pees on the floor. But she knew exactly what I was talking about. Or when I said pit bull, she brought up her head. Smart dog. But she's fucking stubborn. But she used to run. Like, she would look for ways to sneak out my door at anything. And knock on wood, luckily that hasn't happened for a while. But I have a cable that I put her out on. Because when she does get loose, she doesn't really listen to her name because, again, she's stubborn. She wants to do what the fuck she wants to do. She
Yep.
knows her name. Isn't that right, Lily? Yeah, bitch. But I was out cleaning out my car while she was on her cable, and there's this family across the street, and they had recently got a pure white female pit bull. And something about pit bulls, females, if there's more than one female, they generally get territorial and they'll attack each other.
Yep.
Mine doesn't really do that. Cause she gets more curious than anything. But after this, that may have changed. I don't know. I haven't had her on another female pit bull since. But all of a sudden, this dog, apparently they weren't watching her, and they have a fenced-in backyard. But their dogs, they used to have those shepherd dogs or lassie dogs, I like to call
Yep.
them. And they would sneak out all the time because they were smart-ass dogs.
That's a collie.
They would burrow underneath the fence, or they would even use their snout to open up, because it was also only those little flick latches on the gate. So they'd stick their nose under it and flick it open because they're smart. I don't know what this dog did, but beautiful, beautiful fucking dog. But literally, as soon as it gets out, it runs at my dog and has attacked my dog multiple times. And this one time, it was bad. My dog's on her cable, so she couldn't even get away. And so and the other dog, this other pit bull, didn't even have a collar on for me to grab to get him off my dog. And hi baby, you listen to me talking about you. Here, I'll let you out. But I thought my dog must have got her real good one time, because all of a sudden she stopped and just ran back. And I put my dog in the house. I was wearing fucking heels I just started stomping. I was pissed. And I stomped all the way down to their house and knocked on the door, and a few of them were peeking out the windows and all this shit. And the dad comes out. I'm like, okay, you need to do something about that dog. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it just attacked my dog again. Like, I haven't caused any issues. I haven't, like, usually you guys get it under control real fast, but I have young kids, and it just tears right into my yard and attacks me. And then him and one of the kids started bitching, saying, well, your dog attacked ours. I'm like, hold on. You're gonna try and say that my dog attacked your dog when it ran into my yard? Well, and then the young girl was just like, you're supposed to have a fenced-in yard. I'm like, my dog is in my yard. Your dog was not in your yard. Like, what the fuck are you trying to say here? Are you really trying to blame my dog right now for the wounds on your dog? Just because it was defending itself from your rabbit-ass dog? Because we can call the cops and they can decipher this shit. And that's when the mom came up. Because I actually was on the phone with 911, and they had asked the breed of the dog, and I hate that that's a question. Because as soon as they find out it's a pit bull, they're going to put that pit bull down. Because I live in the city. And so I was just like, but the mom came out and she was a little more cool-headed, and I'm just like, All I want is you guys to keep an eye on your dog and keep your dog in your yard. That's it. If my dog had come over here and gotten into your and attacked your dog, it'd be the other way around. But I wouldn't be blaming your dog. It would be on my dog for getting out. It'd be on me and my dog.
Yep.
Like, just next time I have kids. One of my kids, they don't realize not to stick their hands in the middle of like dog fights or anything like that. So what if my kid got in the middle and got attacked by your dog? That dog's getting put down because you can't keep it in your damn yard. But God, I was so pissed that night because that dad and that kid were adamant that I was in the wrong.
You were in the wrong because their dog went into your yard and attacked your dog, and your dog defended itself.
Yep. Because their
Yep.
dog was bleeding. I was in the wrong. Like, no, because even if the dogs weren't involved, if it was one of them coming in my yard and decide to attack me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make you bleed. I'm not sorry. No, never mind. I retract that apology. It is not sorry. You would bleed.
Well,
I have a bat next to my bed for a reason.
I was outside whenever the neighbor dog went out be at my house where there's other people that hunt out there. And yeah, I heard a gunshot, and then I heard what I thought was like a little kid like yelling, like high pitch kinda. Like sound like just a little kid or whatever. And come to find out that was actually the sound of the dog running away. Because the one person, I guess, like, shot like near it, not like to kill it or whatever, but like they shot near enough to it that it scared the shit out of the dog. It probably blew like rocks and dirt and gravel and shit up into the dog's face to, run it off. And my neighbors they're trying to tell everybody now that guy was up in their yard shooting at them, and he wasn't like. Because I also I like barely heard like a person also yelling, because like the noise I thought was like a little kid yelling. That was the dog yipping, running down over the bank to take a different path back up to the neighbor's house. But then I heard like a person yelling, like like I could barely hear it. But that was the guy, I guess, like yelling at the dog to get the fuck out of here, and whatnot. But the dog was already long gone. And then I heard the dog go running up to like the neighbor's house, and I could tell where it was. It was like on the other side of their house, barking to get in that door. Uh, Now he claimed that the dog was standing in this right of way that like leads up to those people's house, barking down at him like, "Cool, let's fight." But it wasn't. I could hear where the dog was. The dog was not anywhere near the right of way. But then my dumbass neighbors start. Well, he was shooting at us, but he wasn't. He literally shot at the dog that was out in the field to scare it away. And because they're so adamant that it's never their dogs, I don't understand why they can't just own up to it, but they're so adamant that it's never their dogs that everybody keeps seeing around here that they literally come up with these wild stories. Like there's a couple of other dogs, the Doberman, same breed. They're like 10 miles away on like a main road, not like an interstate or anything, but it's like a yellow line with white lines on the outside, like main road. That a lot of water trucks they use to like draw water up out of wells and shit, not drinking water. It's like brine water. They use it or they get it off of like gas wells, I think, or oil wells or some shit. I don't know. They go on these well pads though, and they drain the water so then they can like get to the oil or the gas or what the fuck ever it's called. And those guys fucking fly. Like those guys really, they drive way too fast with like full loads. Not to mention all the other regular vehicles that are on this road that drive, pretty fast. A lot of people drive like fucking idiots. But they're claiming that these other pair of Dobermans that, by the way, haven't even been down there now because those people that like live 10 miles down the road there, they moved away and took their dogs with them. I don't know where the fuck they went. And for some reason, people still seeing Dobermans running around the area. But they actually tried to say that those dogs 10 miles down a road, a highly trafficked road with a lot of windy turns and hills and shit, they tried to say that those dogs somehow made it that far on the road without getting ran over or picked up or anything else and come up here and then wander around. That's those other people's dogs. It's not their dogs. And it's just like, like they're dumb. Like, they think that they know everything and like they think that whatever they can, like they can just tell people whatever and people will believe it. But like nobody believes them because they have a bad habit of, well, saying shit like that. Really unbelievable shit that nobody's going to believe. And like just to make sure that it's not their dogs. No, they haven't let their dogs out. Like they haven't let their dogs out all day. They don't understand how that guy knew those or shot at one of their dogs whenever their dogs weren't let out the whole day. And I'm thinking Dobermans are pretty good sized dogs. Okay, like if you don't let them out, they're gonna leave some pretty large piles of dog shit in your floor. So either you're just not letting the dogs out at all and they're just shitting all over the house, or you're just lying because, well, let's be honest here. If you have a dog, you let the fucking dog out. Like you have to. Otherwise, the dog will just shit and piss in the floor like the whole time, and then then your house is just a mess. So, yeah, like it's a little ridiculous. But yeah, they seem to think that everybody believes everything they say, but most like the general public, I've heard from a lot of other people. I mean, this isn't really me saying this. This is literally everybody else. Yeah, they know that they're full of shit and they know that it in fact is their dogs. It's just like, well, I mean, my thing was if they started complaining to me about it, I was just going to say, well, if they're not your dogs, then you won't mind whenever somebody kills them. Like, because your dogs are in the house. So, these stray Dobermans that keep running around whenever people, like, somebody runs them over with a car or shoots them during like hunting season, or God forbid they get into somebody's yard that's got like little kids or whatever, and maybe potentially threatening the children or whatever, the parents just straight out kill the fucking dog, then they don't got to worry because it's not their dogs. That's what I'm going to tell them if they complain to me about like everybody thinks it's our dogs, and I'll just be like, well, if I catch any Dobermans in my yard, I'll shoot them. Don't worry, they're not your dogs. You won't mind. Because if it's not your dogs, why would you worry about it? They're not your dogs. You've made it very clear to everybody in the county, those aren't your dogs. So whenever they turn up dead, and for some reason your dogs mysteriously disappear or like don't, like, just disappear out of the living room one day for no apparent reason, then, well, that's weird. But hey, they weren't your dogs, so don't worry about it. Their little dog constantly comes down here and eats because they got like a little Jack Russell dog.
Yep.
Like a little dinky one. And he always comes down here, comes straight to the front porch. We got a motion sensor on the front porch, so we know like whenever somebody or something comes up onto the porch. And he comes in and he eats the cat food because, well, he's like just skin and bones. I don't know if they're just not feeding him or maybe he's got some kind of a condition like where, he's just kind of wasting away. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes in, man. He goes straight for the cat food bowl. He cleans up the fucking cat food. Then my mom calls up and is like, hey, your dog's here again. So then they send their kids down to get the dog and take him back. There for a while, it was happening literally every evening.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah, he just shows up on the front porch and he just sits at the front door for my mom because, we, like I said, the reason we like let that little dude in, we don't like want to see people's animals getting hurt or killed or whatever, right? Like, like I said, I live right by like a main road. That little dog would not stand a chance against just a small car, let alone like one of the rigs that come flying through here. And we don't want to like see people's pets get killed or whatever, but I don't really like Dobermans. I don't really trust them. So, and my mom doesn't really trust them. Like they've never really been threatening toward neither one of us. They other than barking, but to me, I'm not really generally afraid of dogs. I just don't trust dogs like that. Just like I wouldn't trust a pit bull. I only half trust German shepherds that I don't know, but every German shepherd I've ever had has always been a real good dog.
Yeah,
But
you gotta.
like a larger dog, if
You
you
just
don't know
don't
them,
trust every dog. Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, if it's like a dog that like I've been around, the dog's been around me and just like doesn't even fucking care, that's one thing. But like the bigger ones, I do, I don't know what the fuck that dog's thinking. I'm never afraid of them, which yeah, I've been in situations before with allegedly dangerous dogs that totally fucking ignored me and just kept walking right on past me. And they're like, "Oh no, that dog will rip you apart. That dog's meaner than hell." And I'm just like, I didn't even notice the dog, and the dog acted like it didn't even notice me and walked right by off of a leash and everything. Like went running into somebody's house or something. Totally ignored me. So I don't know if it's just because I'm not afraid of dogs. They generally don't worry about like, oh man, this guy's weird. He's not afraid of. I can't sense the adrenaline dump coming off of him. He's not afraid of me, so I'm not going to fuck with him. There's something up with him. But like they'll go after other people. Allegedly, that's what they say. I don't.
Aries, what about you? You have any cracked out animal stories besides taking in all your neighbors' cats?
Eh, not really. All of our
Guys,
animals have been rescued aside from one.
yeah. Let's see.
He
Well,
rescues the neighbor cat on a regular basis. It sits at the window months in, so he just opens it from the rain. He rescues it from the rain.
oh yeah, almost every week we have a picture from Aries showing off the cat that it is not his cat. And it's like a
Yeah, it's
different
just
one.
a fucking neighborhood cat. Just comes in, chills, lays on the couch for a little while, gets up, goes back outside, and lives its life. Like
Yeah, Mofa
cats
says
are
my
different
dog.
though. Like cats. I mean, how many stories have you heard of like a cat ripping somebody apart, killing them? I mean, a regular house cat, not like a fucking puma or something.
Well, there's feral cats too. Those shits can be assholes.
Yeah, but they're not gonna kill you unless you're on blood thinners or have some kind of a condition where if you get a cut, you can bleed out from a tiny little cut or something.
And
But I mean,
because
that's
the
special circumstances.
stray cats, they have really nasty infections on their nails. If he gets caught by one of them, that can lead to an infection.
Well,
Well,
then you
yeah, but
die.
I'm talking
See, there
about
you
like
go. They
being.
killed you.
I'm talking about getting like ripped apart by one. Like a fucking big old alley cat just comes busting the door in and like jumps on you while you're sleeping and rips your throat out.
I don't know. Those
Like
chihuahuas, they can fucking do that. That's a
we're
cat,
talking
right?
about Potato Frog.
Does Potato Frog have a chihuahua, or does she
Oh no,
not?
she is a Chihuahua.
She is a chihuahua.
She's little and yaps a lot.
Mofa says my dogs bark at people like they want to chew your ass off, but they just want attention. Dude, that's okay. So before this dog, I had a rescue named Penny. It was the first dog that I bought for this house. I'm living in a not that great of an area, so I figured, hey, let's get a dog for a little extra security. And she was a pit bull mix. She ended up being my sausage dog because well, I fattened her up. She was a fat dog. But yeah, any new person coming in the door, nope, she was wagging her tail and just sticks her butt in your hands like scratch my butt, scratch my butt. Yeah. Oh, and then if she gets real scared, she'll even pee herself like that, like because she had been abused and stuff. So she was not a good security dog. But God, I love that
I've had
dog.
dogs that would get so excited that they would accidentally start peeing. Like they were just so happy and excitable that they would like be bouncing around like, oh my god, somebody new, like they're not
Yep.
like being mean or whatever. They like people, so they get overly excited. The piss starts flying everywhere, and it's like, God damn it! Like,
Oh yeah,
can't you just hold it? Like,
Nope. She peed on so many things because she was either too scared or too excited. But love that dog. And Lily, I've had since she was a pup. Yeah. Let's just say I want another dog for Penny. But I'm a firm believer in adopt, don't shop. And so I wanted to adopt a pup, or not a pup. I wanted to adopt a mature child because at the time I was pregnant with my youngest. And I'm like, that'd be too much, a puppy and a baby. Let's just get an older dog that's trained and stuff, so
Well,
that
the
we don't
puppy
have to
can
worry
watch
about
the
that.
baby while you go to work.
Oh yeah, totally. Can warm up a bottle and everything.
Yeah.
So, but my husband my ex-husband now,
The
he
Chihuahua.
wanted a puppy. Yeah, Chihuahua, Napoleon complex right there, guys. He wanted a puppy because he didn't want to deal with a broken dog or one that he would have to retrain, like fight all the bad things, and he just wanted a puppy that he could just train up. And so we got this puppy 2 weeks before we had the baby. So we had no proper time for any sort of training or anything. And when I say puppy, he's a puppy. Like she just got the go ahead to leave mom type thing. And yeah, then had the baby. Because I told him, like, I'm not helping with the training. I'm going to be all about the baby. So that's on you. You're the one who wants puppy. You want to be the one who you want to train the puppy. You got to do it. Do you think he did it? No.
No, you did it.
I did what I could. I fucking was dealing with a newborn. And so.
Was you also having to breastfeed the dog and your husband at the same time as the baby?
How'd you know? It's really hard with just the two nipples. But jokes aside, after that, we kept Lily for probably a good 6 to 10 months. But then, well, my ex-husband didn't want to do anything. And I told him, just like, this is becoming too much for me. I can't deal with the puppy, the kids, baby, and house, and him.
But you're the mom. You're supposed to take care of all these things.
Yeah, he said he wasn't into all that stereotypes. Bullshit. Whatever. So I asked my brother, who had recently broken up with his girlfriend at the time, and so he didn't have any animals or anything with him. I thought it'd be a good companion for him. And he did. He took Lily in for about a year, and then he started working like crazy hours, 70-hour weeks and such, and Lily started chewing up all his shit. So me and my ex-husband took her back because otherwise my brother would have sold her. And I didn't want her to be sold. I wanted her back because gorgeous dog. She's a blue brindle. When she was a puppy, she was fully blue with blue eyes. So, but yeah, and she's a good dog. She's really, really smart. Just stubborn as fuck and has bad habits now because my ex-husband did not want to fucking train her. Kept buying things for her to like train her and get her good on a leash and everything. Never
Yeah, you
followed through
just
with
didn't feel like
any
you're
of
fucking
it.
with it.
Yep. Bought so much shit. So, like even one of those little tactical vest thing that you can put on a dog. Yep.
You put
Bought one
like
of those for her.
grenade pouches on it and stuff, and like let the
Well,
dog have grenades. And
yeah.
did the dog have like a little MP5 that it carried on its back and pulled out occasionally and shot at the neighbors?
Of course, yeah. I was figuring she'd help us out with our next horde night.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, go for it. Let's see. So anyway, yeah, you guys hear about that thing with what was it? Scaly said something about there was like 400 people in the day before.
Yeah, it was me that
Yeah.
brought it up.
Yeah, that was I guess it was 400 very angry people.
Yeah, he joined the VC when there was 400 people, immediately regretted it. I joined when there was 200, and yeah, it's an experience.
If you guys haven't, for those of you who are listening, if you guys don't know what they're talking about, there was a game that was just released called The Day Before.
I think everybody
And
knew about that. That game has been a running joke
I
for
got,
like
I
the
got, I
last
got
2 or
some
3
people
years.
who have no idea. I bet Mofa has no idea about it.
But
And
not
I
so much that
bet
it's been a running
No,
joke.
that's
People,
because it doesn't involve Fortnite.
not so much that it's a running joke. It was the most wish-listed game on Steam since it got announced. It got released, and then they declared they were shutting down the servers after 4 days. And basically, the game, as it was described, was supposed. Anyone reading it would have taken the description to mean that it was basically the next step up from DayZ. It, from what I can tell, has one small map. The hit detection for guns do not work. There is a very easy to exploit duplication glitch. The servers, you might be able to join them like 10% of the time, and the people who moderate the Discord server are complete and utter cunts. Well,
Why
most
did
of
they
them are.
just ban everybody that says something like, "Hey, you guys gotta fix this"? They're like, ban them.
Oh no, some of them were straight up laughing at people who bought the game.
Oh, well.
really?
It has gotten to the point now
Wow.
where they have deleted every single text channel on every single VC. The only channel that's left is the rules channel, and there's nothing written in it.
Why not just delete the Discord server then?
The sad thing is, there's still 169 people boosting the server.
Oh my god.
Yeah, probably about
So,
100 of those probably don't even know that the game had launched and was total bullshit.
and the thing that's
They're
pissing me off
probably
as well
still just
is,
like sitting over there like, man, it's coming. I know it's coming. It'll be there eventually, not even realizing that the game was already released and shut down.
like, last time I checked, the Discord had 60,000 people on it. The thing that's pissing me off is, there are thousands upon thousands of people who are pissed off with it. The developers and the moderators are not hiding the fact that they are streaming the game. Why aren't the people reporting those streams to deplatform them and actually do some damage?
3 friends want this game. My buddy Ray.
Oh yeah,
my
and you
brother
can't buy it on
Kyle,
Steam
and
anymore.
Tarsi. No. They have
They've
removed.
yeah, the game is still on Steam, but you just can't buy it.
Here, I'm gonna show them.
No, they already shut the servers down.
So there it is. Still says early access game, but there is no. You could add it to your wish list, follow it, but no, nothing. Dear community, we would like to provide with an update. We are sorry for the fact that the game didn't meet the expectations of the majority of the players. Today we are working with Steam to open up refunds for any players who choose to make a refund. We'll give further updates
Clarify
on
point,
in the nearest
that
future.
that is not the developers doing that. That is the publishers. The
Oh my
developers have taken
God.
the money and run. The publishers are the ones trying to fix it.
Who published it?
Fuckers. I really hope the publishers are fucking sue them. Developer, fantastic.
Well, like, the game was a fucking joke from the start, from what I understand.
Fantastic.
No, but from the start, it
No.
was actually legitimate. It's just
Yeah, because
it actually looked good. Like, even I wanted to play it, and I didn't know it was one of the heavily wishlisted games at the time. And I kind of just forgot about it because it wasn't released for over a year.
Well, I remember people were like talking about. I think it was actually you and Gabe were talking about it whenever I very first joined the Suspect server, like a couple of years ago. Somebody had posted something in general chat like, "Hey, look, they released a trailer for the." And Gabe was like, "Oh my god, is it like actually going to be playable then?" And that was the first time I even ever heard of the Day Before was from you guys. That was before anybody here knew me. And I remember like reading about it, and I was like, "Huh, that looks pretty neat." Because I thought it looked kind of like DayZ, but
Yeah, it
then
doesn't even.
like I heard over the years though from like other like sources that the game was actually not real. Like it was like
It was an
kind of
asset
a
flip.
joke.
Yeah, it's a straight up asset flip. what I can see, they spent about $5,000 on buying asset packs from the engine. They've made about $1 million out of it.
Let's see. The day before, buy. The day after, refund. 10 out of 10. Not recommend.
It is such a joke. It's got to the point now that the developers for DayZ and Icarus have made a bundle on Steam and they've called it the day after. So you can buy their 2 games.
Let's see. Hi, dear Steam. I did enjoy the game and I want to refund it because I'd waited, okay, whatever, to do some update, but they said the studio is closed, so I want a refund. Let's see. This was the greatest fail in the history of gaming, and I'm glad I got a front row seat to this disaster. I laughed from the moment the game started to the moment I got a refund. Let's see. Oh my god, this person put 10 hours into the game because I saw the foundation and it was solid. I was recommending to friends to wait a few months to buy because the game in its current state is repetitive and gets boring after a little while. However, I did enjoy this game, and I'm sad to see the studio shutting down. This game had so much potential to be great, and I wish the dev team would have pushed the game back again, I know, for another year to try and give us a better final product. All in all, the game on release was 3 out of 10 due to repetitive, whatever. I had 27 hours and got the refund. Played for 27 hours. Didn't hate
Yeah.
the game. With some effort, it could have been good. Maybe another developer will get their hands on this and make the game. They actually recommended it.
That's the thing, though. If it was done properly, it would have been a good game. It's just, it was less than minimal effort. They literally just plonked some shit down that they found in an asset store. They didn't even have basic mechanics like mantling in the fucking game, which they promised. Hitboxes don't
Wow.
fucking work. And like I said, the inventory has a fucking duplication glitch that they have no interest in patching. The moderators are dicks, most of them. Some of them are actually decent people who just scammed as well. And a lot of the staff that worked on the game did not get paid.
That's rough. Imagine
I
being
believe
part
it.
of that staff.
That type of shit's been going around, but yeah, that's whatever Scaly said that there was like 400 people in the VC. I was like, oh man, that would have just been a wall of noise. You would not have been able
It
to
is.
understand
It was.
anybody.
Okay, there you guys go. There is the day after survival bundle. 33% off.
Which
Still
raises
going.
a point that I keep
Mhm.
trying to make. Never pre-order a fucking game. It doesn't support the developers. It doesn't support the people working on it. All it does is stroke the egos and raises the chances of you being scammed.
Mm. I mean, pre-ordering games like 10 years ago wasn't so bad, but nowadays, yeah, like they're just not putting in any time or effort. Literally, dude, and maybe it's nostalgia here, but like I remember like older games, like right from like the PlayStation 2 era, just like pretty much having everything that you would want. You know, we're going back a couple of decades here, but you know, I'm thinking like you know, one of my old favorites from like the old PlayStation 2 era was Need for Speed Underground 2. That one, that was an awesome racing game, and I don't even like racing games, but I love that one. There was another game. I think it was Genji Dawn of the Samurai. It was like a really old like hack and slasher. The really old I think it was Dynasty Warriors 4.
Those
Like
were
that one was a lot of fun.
those games were extremely repetitive and exactly the same, but they were still good.
Well, no, like they just had like features in them that I mean, yeah, a lot of them were repetitive, sure, but
Dynasty Warriors, it was basically the same game, but they added something different.
well, I only played 4. I didn't play like none of the prior ones, and I tried playing some of the more recent ones. Like
I've played a lot of them and the spin-offs as well.
I never played any, or yeah, I never played any of the spin-offs, but I did play like one of the more like very recent Dynasty Warrior games, and I just did not like it. I like that. I liked the 4. 4 was the first one I ever played. Then I like found a few on PlayStation. I don't know about a year ago or so and was like, oh, well, hey, I remember this game was good, but the new ones just suck. Like,
The newest one, I think, is
I'll
9,
be honest.
and that one they just massively fucked it.
yeah, it was 8 or 9 that I played.
9, they massively. It was the one where they decided to make it open world, which
I
they.
don't know if the one I played was. I don't
And it's
remember
funny
if
as well
open
because
world.
anyone who's played Crackdown will know the fucking mission structure that they've done, and they basically ripped it from that game. Where you have a list of missions. The final one is like recommended for character level 30, but if you do the missions before that, it will drop that level of recommendations because that mission will get easier and easier, and it'll weaken troops or make them less or have weaker weapons. But if you're like me and you've played more than 2 of the Dynasty Warriors, you know how to abuse the mechanics and go straight to the fucking end. Because they have not changed the special attacks at all.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not just like those. It's not like those 3. I mean, there's several that I can't remember right off. Like Ace Combat 5 was another big one that I sunk a lot of time into. I had played some of the more modern Ace Combats. Was not impressed. Much prefer the older ones. The best Grand Theft Auto ever made, in my opinion, was San Andreas. And I mean, this is the PlayStation 2 era. This isn't like,
I never played as San Andreas, so for
PlayStation
me it was
3 or
Vice City.
4. Well, like San Andreas just had like so many different things you could do with your character. So many like different, like you could actually put time and effort into your character to, make them like stronger or make them like better with guns or melee weapons, or you can make them really fat and have them die from a heart attack. It was almost like one of those Giga Pets or whatever from like the fucking 90s or whatever, those Tamagotchis or what the fuck. Yeah.
Tamagotchi.
Your character was kind of like that. And not to mention like there was the whole gang. Like once you got like to a certain point in the game, it was kind of toward the middle, I think. Like you could take over like different territories within the city and eventually like push all the other gangs out and just own the entire, city with your gang, and you got paid for that. Like none of the newer GTAs offer anything remotely close to any of those features. Like 4
Which
or 5.
they're just being proven a point that I've been trying to make for the last God knows how many years, and a few game studios have also just realised this now, too little too fucking late, dumbasses, that the people who are in charge of making the games, they don't give 2 fucks about the games, not like they used to. They just want something made.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I've been saying that for years. Like,
And
it's the
like
board of directors or who the CEOs and shit, the investors. These guys, they put money in, right? Like they invest money into, like, say, Rockstar. They want Rockstar to, well, they want to return on their investments. So what does Rockstar do? Rockstar goes and cranks out, well, like GTA 5, which, don't get me wrong, GTA 5 isn't really a bad game. I mean, I will say GTA in general has gone downhill since San Andreas, but that's including 4. I mean, yeah, 4 had some pretty cool, like, crinkle physics and shit in with the vehicles, and there was, like, a couple of other small features. But then whenever 5 came out, it had less than 4 did whenever it came to, like, features and just shit. I mean, yeah, sure, the world looked pretty, but that was it.
yeah,
Like
which has been
they
my
they
complaint about games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and all those things. Like, whoop-de-doo, their main selling point is look at the horse's testicles.
Yeah, I remember they did make that one of their things, which was really dumb. Like I guess they thought, a certain type of gamer was going to play that, and it's the same type of gamer that thinks if somebody says balls in a chat or something, everybody just loses their shit because it's so funny. Well, essentially 15-year-olds. Where
Yeah.
that was their target. 15-year-olds. It's just like, hey, balls. And it's just like, God damn it, dude. Like, I mean, Red Dead 2 had a lot of potential, but then they just abandoned it. It's because the investors, they want to return on their investment. So the guys at the top are like, okay, fuck it. Just put in as least amount of work as possible. Get the product out there as fast as possible. Don't worry. We'll release patches and updates and shit to, like, make people want to buy it, like the second wave of buyers or whatever to come in, and or to retain player base, which will then dump more money into their product or whatever, for like shark cards or gold bars or whatever, Rockstar's case. But yeah, they really dropped the ball on that one though with Red Dead, because they released like one really big update that was actually really nice, and then they released a few smaller ones that weren't as good, and they just gradually got worse and worse. So yeah, they just kind of dropped that game. Otherwise, that game could have been a lot of fun. That game could have been like the next GTA Online, but they just said, fuck it, we don't care. Then they started nerfing the ways you could get gold without having to buy it, which made even more people pissed off. So, nobody wanted to play the fucking game because, like, oh, look, I don't actually have to buy. If I just play the game, I can get, like, gold, a little bit each day, and eventually, buy other shit in the game for gold. Well, they nerfed that. You can still do it. You just can't get, like, as high of streaks anymore. I think they made it like a 30-day streak. That was the cap. Whereas, like, for me, I had, like, a 97-day streak. So, I was getting paid a lot of gold for each daily challenge I completed. But like I don't know. It just feels like they really wasted their time with or wasted a good opportunity there. But that's like every fucking gaming company nowadays. All of them. They do the same fucking shit. They put in like minimal effort, and then whenever you get like a diamond like Baldur's Gate 3 that came out like what, a few months ago. I think it came out in like what, August or something, right?
I
I don't
Okay,
play it.
because like everybody's quiet. I'm sorry. Am I boring everyone here? I can
No,
shut
I
up.
just I didn't know, so I didn't answer.
Okay. Well, like you get like a diamond like that, and then you literally have the other gaming companies coming out and saying, "Well, you can't expect us to make something that good. They have more resources and more manpower, dude. They do not. That company." I looked it up because I was curious. Whatever the other people started, spouting shit about that. They have like a little over like 400 employees, if I remember right, and they're like a smaller studio. Like they're not that big. They're not as big as say like Blizzard that has over 10,000 employees at a hell of a lot more money coming in each year. They're nowhere near the size of Rockstar, which I think, doesn't Rockstar have like 5 or 6,000 employees?
which is fucking
And
ridiculous because none of them are actually doing anything new. They're just basically shovelware and shit that's
well,
already been
yeah,
made.
and not to mention, Larian, the company that made Baldur's Gate, they weren't like, they're not a huge company. Like I personally, I'll be honest, I don't know what other games they have made in like the last 5 to 10 years, if they've even made any. This might be their first go at it. I don't know. But you look at a company like Rockstar or Blizzard, who have a constant flow of money coming in from Rockstar. It's the shark cards and a handful of people that probably still play Red Dead, occasionally buying gold bars. And then you have Rockstar, or with the shark cards through Rockstar. Then through Blizzard, you get the monthly subscriptions for like World of Warcraft. I think that's their only. I think that's their only like MMO that like they charge people monthly for or whatever. And then I think there's loot boxes that you can also buy in Overwatch, because for some reason there's still brain dead idiots to play that shit.
Hey, now
But
that's a lot of the people.
hey, I'm not leaving you out. You're a brain dead idiot too. You play that game and Fortnite, so you're like super brain dead.
And I've already told you and proven this. That game is literally being fucking predatory on people with Stockholm syndrome.
The
That is
what?
literally that Overwatch. That is literally what that game is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody's
Hold
just
on.
like, it'll get better. It'll get better. They've been saying that. It's gonna get better.
That's true.
But it never gets better. We lost a
Like-
viewer, I think.
like, it
I'm
is-
shit talking
is-
Overwatch.
They're like, you guys hate Overwatch?
Overwatch is only being held together by its porn community. That is the only thing keeping it going.
Yeah, there probably is more porn related shit.
There is.
You're right.
I think especially with like
I-
Tracer.
I
Yeah,
told you
don't.
I told you when Overwatch 2 was released that there was 3 times more fucking attention towards the guy who ripped the assets from the game to make porn videos than there was from people actually announcing the game.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
I mean,
porn was wanted more than the game, which is ironic when it's the
Well-
game that's fucking the people.
Huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes it's like that.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, there is only one fucking company that has ever actually done something properly new, and that's id Software. If it wasn't for id
I-
Software, they're the people who originally made Doom.
Doom. Yeah, that's a really popular. I've heard a lot of people talk about the different Dooms. A lot of people like the really old one, but
That's the thing, though. They had to make their
Oh.
own game engine because nothing existed at that time to be able to run what they wanted to make. They had
well,
to
yeah,
make
but
it
wasn't that like
themselves.
back in like '93 or something? Like whenever games were still kind of
Yeah, but that's-
regaining their footing after the whole ET fiasco,
That's why.
where they
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like everyone's saying that they're fucking revolutionizing games. Like, no, the last time that happened was with id Software. That is the last time it has ever happened, and the last time it will ever happen. Maybe
don't
with
know. I
VR
don't think-
software, but that would be the last time.
I don't really think that that's fair. I mean, graphics have come a long way since 1993. I mean, there has been
That is
advents
not.
in-
That has nothing to do with the game developers. That is on the people making the computer parts and the software to make the graphics.
I was gonna say, well, I mean, you would need the software, the engines, or whatever. Like,
Yeah, that is not the game studios doing that. That is a completely different company.
yeah, you got the tool makers, and then you got the people that use those tools to make something, new, like a video game or something. But no, there's but like back to what I was saying though, like the Larian, like they didn't have all of these resources that say like Rockstar and like Blizzard has, or EA or take your pick, any of them. Activision, which is I think part of Blizzard, or I don't know exactly how those two combine together. And then there's
I think Activision
like all
bought
the Call of
Blizzard.
Duties. Yeah, it's Activision Blizzard, but like I don't know how they divvy up like who gets what out of that.
They
But,
had to split Blizzard. Activision got the game development, and another company got another part of Blizzard. What bit it was they got? Okay.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not like I haven't like I'm not a business major. I don't know how they put like how multiple companies merge together to, and like who gets the money and like where it goes and like how it gets distributed for projects and whatnot. I don't know any of that. I've nothing about that.
And even
but
with that massive merger, they still couldn't make a campaign for Modern Warfare 3.
I didn't figure they were trying. I figured it was. I mean, the way it seemed like Blizzard or Activision Blizzard, once they merged, like Blizzard kind of kept doing Blizzard things. Diablo, Warcraft, all that shit, and then Activision just kept doing Call of Duty stuff. Where they were just making Call of. Like I assumed it was owned by one person under one umbrella, but like the way I understand. The way I would think it would work would be, they just both companies continue to kind of do their own thing on each side. But I don't know. Again, not a business major. Don't know any of that shit.
I think
But-
Activision basically controls the assets, so if they want Blizzards to do something, then they have to prioritize that over their own projects.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay. Yeah, because I'm not 100% sure on that. But but no, like just any major game company, any AAA company, they could, if they put the time and effort in and the money in, they could easily make a game that would beat out like Baldur's Gate 3. And like somebody joined the chat last night or whatever and was talking about how like Baldur's Gate got like 7 awards or whatever out of the 7 that they were nominated for or whatever. And kind of acted like it was a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. I think I actually did say that yeah, like whatever the Game Award, I don't pay attention to that shit because I think it's all dumb anyway. But you can like just look at the lineup of games that came out over the year and know which one's going to take home the most awards. It's whatever one the gaming community is buzzing positively about. Like what was it, last year or 2 years ago? Remember whenever what the hell was that? Dark Souls, or not Dark? Was it Dark Souls
Yeah. Yes.
last year, or was it like a spin-off of Dark Souls? I can't remember, but like everybody was talking about that one nonstop. And you know what? I bet you that one won every fucking award that it was nominated for. Although that game was like, it was kind of weird because that game's like notorious, or that series I should say, is notorious for being like really hard, and like that's the like crowning achievement that everybody puts. Oh man, this game's hard. They've made plenty of hard games before Dark Souls. Like I don't like Dark Souls isn't like whoever made Dark Souls. I don't know the company because I don't play the game. I'm not really into that franchise or whatever. But that company did not like design the first difficult game ever. There's been many difficult games before Dark Souls, and there's many after.
That's the thing, though. Dark Souls isn't difficult; it's just punishing.
Well, everybody like crowns it for being, oh man, that game's so hard, and I get it, sure, it's hard. Yeah, you get a really strong sense of achievement.
Actually,
whenever
last year
you
I think
beat
it was
it.
Elder Ring, wasn't it?
Elden
Elden
Ring, that
Ring.
was it. I knew it was
Elden
like
Ring.
a spin-off of Dark, or had something to do with Dark
Hey,
Souls,
Wolf.
but yeah.
Which just raises up another complaint I've had. Every game getting fucking open world syndrome.
Well, I don't see what's wrong. I always like the feeling of playing open world games, so me and you are just going to have to agree to disagree
Oh,
on
see,
that
I
one.
don't mind some games being open world if there's something to do in that world. It doesn't need to get to the point where every single fucking game needs to have a spin-off part where it's open world.
I like the sense of freedom you get from it, but I understand, there's... I mean, I could, I can count for
Like-
this.
Like with 7 Days, it's
Space.
open world, but it's sandbox, so you can do whatever you want. You can actually do stuff. Same with Minecraft.
Oh yeah, you
Red
can
Dead-
build shit, yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is open world, but I could go through shit and come back before I could do something in the game.
I don't know. I always just hunted. I like hunting and getting that like 3-star deer or whatever, and then taking that back to camp and just grinding it out that way. I didn't really mind that aspect of it, but I mean, like I can account for this though. There are like a lot of space games that are I guess open universe / open world. I don't really know how you want to call it. And yeah, there's like a lot of empty space where nothing like there's like nothing to do. Now, sometimes during like those long, which I mean, it's a space game. The space simulators and shit. Yeah, everybody knows space is big. It's big. You can fit a lot of shit out there. There's long ways to go, and occasionally, like you're on like a long flight from point A to point B. And yeah, most of the time, maybe nothing will fucking happen on that flight, and you'll just be flying along, jumping through star systems until you get to whatever station you're going to. And sometimes, like pirates will, appear on your route or whatever. Like you got to deal with them. Sometimes it's peaceful, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you run it, depending on the game, you run into some weird anomalies or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, like space games, they tend to be kind of empty. But that's sort of the essence of it. Like certain games.
That's a massive difference, though, because space games, you go into them, you expect them to be empty because it's space. Not when you're playing
Yeah,
a game
well,
that's
yeah,
like
that's
the
what I
Wild
mean. It's the
West, or
essence of it.
that's a completely different topic, though, because that's space. You expect it to be empty. Not like with Red Dead, you expect something to happen at the very fucking least within an hour. Or like with Elden
Yeah.
Ring, like granted it's an okay game, but at least 10 hours of that gameplay could have been cut down if they just turned it into a fucking corridor and it would have been the same game.
Well, yeah, that's true. But like I said, like with Elden Ring, my point was then back like last year or year before, when the hell ever Elden Ring came out. I mean, I knew within a week after that game coming out, I'm like, well, that game's going to get most of the gamer awards this year. And I don't know, I didn't look, but I'm assuming I was right because that's how you like I think that's how they decide on what games get what.
Wolf,
that person
Wolf
was.
Wolf is saying he just described No Man's Sky to a T. I really liked No Man's Sky. I just hated that there
That
was no one to
game
play with.
was so fucking boring.
Well, yeah, when you're playing by yourself and just grinding by yourself, that's like WoW to me.
But then at that point, you're paying somebody to make a game for
on.
you to add the content. At that point, you might as well play a Bethesda game.
Dude, do you
Says
like
that
any
in an
engines?
insulting way.
And
He says that in
any.
an insulting way, but I actually like Bethesda games. Like, I enjoyed the
He
Fallouts.
badmouths Unity, Unreal
I-
Engine, and now
I
Bethesda.
enjoy the old
Unity brought
games.
Unity brought it on themselves with that fucking stunt that they pulled.
Yeah, that's true. But they pulled all that back and fired that guy now.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
realized they're going to be put out of a fucking job
Yeah,
otherwise.
because they weren't going to have a business.
Well,
that
do
guy
you
was
play
a
No Man's
fucking
Sky?
idiot.
Because, well, I think I own it on my Xbox. I think.
I have actively tried
And
to play
Spanx,
No
you
Man's
probably
Sky,
used all your
and it
points.
was just fucking dull. Not to mention the tutorial for the game was just fucking convoluted.
Was one thing I hated about I hate about a lot of space games in general. They give you like the long roundabout tutorials that really can be completed and done in a much shorter time. Like Space Engineers, they gave you
I
like
have it
this
on my
long,
Xbox
convoluted way
too.
of going
I
through
wonder
the
if I can
tutorial, and
put
it
it-
was just like,
Give us
I
the option
didn't
to
even-
fucking skip it.
well,
Hey.
they do in Space. I remember like because you bought it for me like I don't know 2-3 years or it was about 2 years, year and a half ago, something like that. And like you bought it for me like early in I think it was like 2 in the morning or something. And like the next fucking day at like 4 or no, I think it was like 6 in the evening or whatever, you popped on, and I was on like it said I was on for 16 hours. I didn't sleep. I just played the fucking game. I didn't do the tutorial. Like I just jumped right into the world because from what I understood, it was a crafting, survival, build your base, build your shit, like the basic shit. I like those types of games, survival. And whenever like I learned everything, I learned like the hydrogen for the fucking fuel tanks and shit. Or I think it was hydrogen. I don't remember. There was 2 types. There was oxygen, which was for the breathing. Hydrogen. Then you had to occasionally go like recharge your suit at like a charging station or whatever. I figured that shit out. But then somebody else was
Okay,
playing
I
it,
have
and
both
they
ultimate. Okay.
they
that
were
makes sense.
trying to go through the tutorial because I don't know. I guess they thought that they didn't know enough about survival
Nah, let me
games.
check my Xbox.
So I went through the tutorial with them, and the tutorial was so fucking confusing. I couldn't get through it. And the tutorial was to teach you the basic shit, like how to use tools, how to get oxygen and to get fuel. I had already figured all this shit out, but the tutorial was so fucking retarded that I gave up. I'm like, you know what? Look, I'll just teach you how to play the fucking game. I'll create my own tutorial here for you in this world. Just join my fucking game. I'll show you how to do it. And I did, because the tutorials were so fucking stupid and made you do so much shit that you never need to know. Or they like go about it very slowly, and it was so dumb. I've seen a lot of space games do that. I prefer whenever they let you skip the tutorial. And
Yeah,
honestly,
my eldest just started playing Xbox again. Wolf. Sorry, I'm talking. Wolf just put something out there. So I have ultimate again, so she can play different games with her friends, and I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on games that she'll play for 5 seconds. So I understand that.
the
Okay,
average
okay.
lifespan of modern games.
Right. Seems
Like-
that way. Look at my Steam list.
I mean, Jesus Christ. There's a few games that I have sunk a lot of time into that I can,
And
like, Bannerlord.
let's see,
look
the
at
day before
Bannerlord.
is also the lifespan of studios.
Well, I think the day before was like 2 seconds, and then they were like, nope, we're done. Cost too much to keep the servers up and running for some reason. We're just gonna get rid of this shit. But like, for me, I mean, again, like everybody's got their niche games that they can just keep going back to. Like I know Pirate, he really likes XCOM, which I get it. I spent more time on that game on console than I had any other. For me, it's Bannerlord, but and like I've tried to find because the mod support for Bannerlord, right, isn't like that good, and the game is good. Like it's fun. It has like a lot of unique features that honestly I feel like you would find on a PlayStation 2 game compared to modern games. But like the modding community just isn't that big. Honestly, I feel like that game really undersold. Like or it was just kind of shadowed out by whatever other games came out whenever that game came full release. Um because there is like a lot of issues in the game that I wish could be fixed or extra features that I would like to see added that mods add, but a lot of the time the mods are never updated. I was trying to find another game similar to Bannerlord. I couldn't. There's no other fucking game out there like it. Like I went all over the fucking internet. There's games that have similar aspects, but there's no game that works like that one does. Like there's like what Crusader Kings, that series. But that series just gives you like the political aspect. It doesn't give you like like the open battlefields where there's like hundreds of soldiers charging against each other. You're like one of those soldiers, and like it's like it's like an epic fucking battle. And just some of the more basic mechanics in that game you don't get in any other type of game, like a hack and slash game, like where if you equip a shield, for instance, the shield actually does something in Bannerlord. And like any other game, all the shield says is has a chance to, and then usually deflect or negate like damage a certain percentage or whatever, or you actually have to physically hit the button to hold the shield up. And Bannerlord, that's not a thing. You can hold the button to hold the shield up, but also if an enemy swings at you and you just happen to have your shield equipped and maybe not blocking with it, there's a chance that he'll still hit your shield. Like if you're just angled right. I don't know why games can't just add simple, basic shit like that into the game. But I've looked a lot, and I've even like found forums and shit of other people that's in the same boat as me. They're like, oh, I really like Bannerlord a lot. But is there any other games maybe themed, like space themed or whatever? And the answer is no. They're like, yeah, Bannerlord doesn't. It's not really a clone, and it doesn't really have any clones. And Ares told me one night because we were talking about it. He said that that's because that game, like, nobody wants to put in the time and effort it takes to make a game like that.
Yeah,
That
because
has all those features and has like just the way the game plays, the way you can build up. Nobody wants to put the time and energy in, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Aries, what were you
Because-
gonna say?
most of the games that are coming out now, if anybody actually looked at how they were made, anyone can do it because most of the code is pre-made. It is literally just drag and drop chunks of code, but have a description telling you what they do and just lining them up in the right order. That game would not have code pre-built like that.
Yeah, I think that's what you were saying. Something about like there's way too much time and effort that goes into the coding for that game for them to just do like for a bunch of other companies to just make basic clones of it.
Like it, I imagine even just modding the game would take a ton of work.
Well, maybe that's why the modding community is so like minimal for that game too. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a decent amount of mods out there, but most of them are like super simple implementations. There's not really like a lot that add like there's no overhaul mods that I can find that work for the current patch. There's like no major like political ones that I could find that like will overhauls the political system in the game. There's a few minor ones, but nothing like huge. And I mean, it's hard to even find ones that just let you have like female soldiers along with your regular male soldiers. Like those ones don't even work because they're for like the last patch or whatever. So it's just so hard to find like any mods that add like anything extra to the game. I don't know. I don't even. I think Tail Worlds is the one that made the Mountain Blade series, and they're also another really tiny, like small gaming studio or game making studio, like Lariat is, from what I understand. They're smaller than them actually, and they were able to make a game that I can literally keep going back to and playing over and over and over, and I don't really get tired of it. I just wish they would add more features into it. Anyway, that's my rant. Sorry,
Why'd that pop up there? That's
I'm
weird.
talking too much. I'm not giving everybody else a chance.
And yeah, to go back to another point, I do like an engine. I like the freaking engine that id Software made because they're the reason we ended up with, granted it's fucking shovelware at this point, but when it was good, they're the reason we ended up with stuff like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Time Splitters, whose studio has now gone out of business. Like, they're the reason we have most of our games today. No other company can, almost no other company can say that.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, the best. I don't. I found an article a while back about this. I don't remember even where I found it, but it was somebody kind of talking about what you were talking about there, with like older studios that don't exist anymore are the reason that these like giants exist today. And they made like a lot of their own engines and shit. Because like they knew what they wanted. They weren't willing to like, well, this is all this engine can do. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and do whatever this engine lets us do. Like, no, they went and made their own shit to make the games that other people later on had built onto.
Yeah.
That and they kind of watered it down, which I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing building onto, but watering it down is a bad thing if they would just build the right shit onto it, like make good advancements and stop being so goddamn lazy with and then you get the game devs who are bitching like whenever Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and they were like, all the other game companies were like, well, don't expect us to make something like this. This is just not fair. We don't have the resources or the manpower. Whenever they do, they're lying. And they also throw in, you don't know how hard it is to make games. Well, okay, that's true. I don't know how hard it is to make games. I've seen coding for games. It looks like it's written in an alien language. It looks like I found an alien spaceship and went on board and started playing with their fucking computers and all this wild shit. Yeah, I agree with that. But
On
I
the
don't
other
care.
hand, I have, and I know they're full of shit.
Well, here's the thing. I don't care if their job's hard.
It's a
They
job.
chose that profession. A lot of people, like stop whining to the players and say, well, you expect too much, whatever, you chose that job. And well, Ares over here, who has done coding and shit, I trust this guy. This guy's like fixed my computer from across the Atlantic before, so I trust him. I think he knows his shit whenever it comes to computers and shit like that. So here's the thing. If he says that it's not as hard as they're saying, I'm going to believe him. I don't believe all these other motherfuckers that I don't know that are very potentially just being lazy. They're like, oh man, I don't want to have to rewrite all that. I'll just stick an extra line of code in that makes it work together, but then it's janky as fuck. I seen this thing. I was listening to this video a while back about that. Some dude who was working, like he's an older game developer. He was helping work on games like back in the 90s and early 2000s and shit. And he went to this new company, started, like trying to work there. And they put him in charge because of his seniority and, you know, doing shit with games. He was like, okay, I need you to do this, this, and this. And the guy that he told that to, one of the devs that was under him, said, okay, well, that'll take me 4 weeks. And the guy's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, I could have this done in like 3 days. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Game development has changed a lot since, you started at the bottom. So the guy, the dude that they put in charge, goes back and he does everything that this guy said was going to take him 4 weeks to do in about 3 days. And then he brings it back. And the guy's like, well, that'll never work. There's no way that could work. And then I guess they plugged it in and like ran the code, like demoed that part of the game or whatever, and it worked flawlessly. And he's like, yeah, you don't need 4 weeks to do what I ask you to do. He's like, I just did this to prove to you that you're wasting time and resources. You're just sitting on your ass, maybe doing a tiny bit each day, like making it look like you're doing a lot, whenever really you're not. You just want an easy paycheck. So, you say 4 weeks, I say I can do it in 3 days, and I proved I could do it in 3 days. And I was like, wow, like this guy, that's a true OG right there. Like, he's not afraid to tell the other guys, like, no, you're full of fucking shit. I can do this very easily by myself.
Yeah, and like one of the main problems is that they have too many people doing the same fucking job. Like, the most complicated part about game design is not the fucking coding, it's not the animations. Like, if anything, I feel sorry for the graphic designers because they're the ones who put more fucking work into it than anything. When 90% of the time their graphics are what causing the issues and unoptimized codes. It's just the shit that you see in games that they call themselves high end. You could do that on your phone. There is software to do it on your phone that you can get for free.
Well, I mean, there's certain things that I have seen personally in games, like, I don't know how Bannerlord did it, because it's like Bannerlord's the contradictory here, but like in 7 days, like I know, Ares, I know 7 days is put together very poorly. I know. I still
They-
enjoy the game and I still play it, but
It is a good game. It's just they need people to know what they're actually doing making it.
like if like too many zombies, like if you crank up these settings on the server to make like a whole bunch of zombies spawn, like we're talking like a couple of hundred at a time, it will crash the server. On Bannerlord, you have like I said, you have armies sometimes like of 500-600 people clashing on the battlefield. Now, I have noticed in Bannerlord there's like some of the soldiers are in reserve, and after a certain threshold of soldiers is hit that is killed, then they send in another wave. But like just like if you just had like 100 soldiers versus 100 soldiers, there is actually 200 soldiers on the like you can physically see them, and the game doesn't crash.
And a
And
more
they're
extreme point, totally accurate battle simulator, you can have hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of troops on the field at the same time.
Yeah, so like I don't like so sometimes I could kind of see like where okay, there's like 500 zombies like running at your base. I could see like how okay, that's a lot of like moving parts at once. That and each one has their own individual hitbox. It could cause like this server to crash or the game to crash or whatever. But at the same time, I want to know how the fuck the devs over at Tail Worlds figured out how to make like just 200 soldiers on a battlefield fight without it crashing or even slowing my computer down. And you can physically see them fighting. It's not like, oh, they're over there, over that hill over there. The game hasn't rendered them in. Like, you can't see them because the game hasn't rendered them in. So it's just a numbers game with that side. But
It's
they
a
did
behaviors pattern thing. Because I think with 7 days,
Why you so
they've
tired?
had on 7 days, I think they've had every single individual zombie act as an individual unit. Whereas with Bannerlord and Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, everything acts under the same code unless something specific happens, then it will break away those units. But until then, everything else works under the same orders. So at that point, it's just a fact of the computer
well,
keeping
yeah.
up
I
with the
mean, you
number of
can divvy
troops.
up your like if you want to, you can divvy up your soldiers into like different battle. Like you can put all your archers in one group, all of your swordsmen in another, your horsemen in a different one. your ranged horsemen in a different one, or if you want, you can just put all of them together in one big group and command them that way. I prefer to have mine broken up so I could like tell my archers to, get in a specific position to support the the swordsmen or this pikemen or the melee guys out in front. I put the melee guys out front. I put the archers back at the back and have them shoot arrows at the enemy over top of my guys' heads before they actually get to my infantry. But I mean that's
Yeah.
just a tactic thing. Like you don't have to do that.
It's because even though you're breaking them up into smaller units, those squads are still acting as if it's one person. So you can have 50 of them, like you can have 50 squads of 50 people, but the computer would still see it as just 50 units, not 250. Whereas if you did that in 7 days, each individual unit would be an actual NPC, not like a squad being treated as one thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like they would be able to, like, I don't know, band like different mini hordes, we'll say, or mini herds or whatever, in 7 days together. And like, once you kill, like, I don't know, the like 75% of like a mini horde or a mini group or whatever, the rest just die and then the computer can generate it out. Even something like that would just make it look like there's more would be fine.
The thing is that I don't think they actually can give the zombies on 7 days a hive mind mentality like with other games, because at that point it would literally just be an army of NPCs charging at you from the same direction doing the exact same thing. At least by them breaking up each individual zombie, they each act slightly differently to break up horde dice.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean,
random.
though. Like, give, like, each group, like, we'll say there's, like, 10 zombies in each mini horde or mini group or whatever. And, like, give each one, like, slightly different behaviors. Like,
That would be what the
instead of...
zombie types are for.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, maybe band, I don't know, like 10 spitters together along with, like, then, like, another group could be, like, 10, like, the crawler bastards, and just mix them in together, like like have the cohesion kind of loose and like just have them mixed in together coming at you. I would think that they would be able to really multiply the number of zombies and
They
don't
would.
spawn like another group until there's the majority of a group that came out before is destroyed, and then spawn like a whole other group.
They would, but it's just more of a, I guess an artist preference would be a good way of putting it. It's just, would they rather having a group of zombies run at you in a straight line, or would they have that same horde of zombies, but one or two of them maybe stagger off to the side just so they have a bit more personality than what they actually do?
Yeah, and that would also make the hordes look bigger. Like it would really give you like an oh shit moment, on like
Yeah.
a
Which is what they're doing, and that's why,
70th day.
at least from the zombies' point of view, that's why the game runs a bit shit, is because they're treating zombies as individuals. The building, on the other hand, I have now gotten to the point in my base where it takes about a quarter of a second for a block to actually fucking place.
Oh, so you're I haven't been over to your pyramid. I mean my base isn't the horde base I built really isn't that big, neither is the compound. I don't think it's nearly as big as the thing that you're building, that monstrosity where you said you had to tear down half of a school in order to
Looking at the slope of this, line this up right. Either I'm going to miss the school by a small amount, or I'm going to be going halfway into the school.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like game devs have just gotten really lazy.
They're overcomplicating a job that doesn't need. It's why everyone keeps saying about optimize the game. It's because they're adding shit that doesn't need to be there. Like, over the last 30 years, how complicated can it be to tell an NPC to walk in a straight fucking line? The code would still be the same. If anything, it should have been better by now.
Yeah, I remember whenever Skyrim was getting ready to release and Todd Howard was up on the stage telling everybody, like, well, all the NPCs are going to have jobs and, like, you're going to see them out in the world, like, sweeping the streets and shit. And yeah, we did see that a little bit, but nowhere near to the level he was letting on.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're just walking around. They're not actually
Yep.
doing anything.
Then you get messengers that don't fucking leave you alone.
Yeah.
The tip of the pyramid's done anyway.
Oh, did you put an Eye of Sauron on top?
I may need to reinforce the rest of the building first, because everything apart from the tip of the building is green. Rest of this, not so much.
Oh, you're using the builder.
It's basically
The
held
builder
together
vision.
like, yeah, it's basically held together like Starfield with spit and dreams.
Did you check out those struts that Jax was using on the compound? You might want to give those things a go. Those things really strengthen up your base, ceilings, walls, whatever.
No, it's more because there's, aside from the support pillars going straight down in the middle of it, there's nothing holding it up till I finish the rest of it.
Oh,
was doing
definitely give those support struts a look, dude, because those things will double the distance of regular support beams.
Because I needed to do the tip first before I figure out what I was going to do with the rest of it.
Oh, well, anyway, sorry, again, I was ranting and bitching about, why games suck nowadays. And we occasionally get a really good one, and then everybody gets blown away by it.
When, to be perfectly honest, Baldur's Gate is a good game, but to me, it's kind of mediocre.
Mister, most games to you are mediocre. It is hard to please you when it comes to a game.
Look,
It
if I get sent on a mission to go and find somebody's dead husband, I expect to be able to bring that husband back and sell him to that stupid bitch.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. I don't know why you did.
And see, there it is. The devs did not think of that. You should message the devs.
Like, I could totally see, like, bringing the body back and giving it to the woman for, like, burial or
Yes,
burning or whatever.
I agree,
but
Ares.
he's over here. He's like,
Or
nah, I'm going to
Rawg,
sell it to
sorry.
you, bitch.
The only reason I brought it back was because the game bugged out and didn't update that I found the fucking body.
Wow.
Oh, you only got one more hour, Potato Frog. One more.
Yeah, you can
That-
do it.
Guys, I just did like all my Christmas shopping during that whole time. That's why
And
I was
there
just
is
listening
one-
to you guys.
There is
chat.
one game that I did like, and I've just finished it. It was The Last of Us. They did a really fucking good job on that game. It did
That's
crash
the
a few
one where you
times.
play as a group
See-
of survivors and build up, like, a base and shit, right?
No, it's the one with the zombies are basically mushrooms.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't like that series.
Oh no, I hate the series, but the game itself was good.
Oh.
Shit, what was I going to fucking talk about?
There you
God
go,
damn
kids.
it.
What?
Okay, you brought up. Oh, on my wish list there is this one game.
Pink slippers that she wants her audience to buy for her. Get on it, boys.
No, I want a pink
You
tail.
fucking simps.
But on my wish list it says Detroit Become Human.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
game that
actually,
came
I
out in
watched
2020.
one of my buddies play that. That game was actually pretty interesting to me. I
I
liked it.
watched a little bit of gameplay. I'm trying not to watch full gameplay if I'm kind of interested in it.
Some of the actors or like the avatar models or whatever are actually like they took the actual person's likeness and made them the avatar / model.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
3D
they did in
scanning.
Quarry
When
and
I was,
stuff.
but that's 3D scanning. When I was saying about things you could do on your phone, that's one of them.
Yeah, it was.
I actually have one on my phone. Reality scan does it for free.
Well, I mean, I only knew one of the voice actors that was one of the avatars in that one, and I only knew him from Grey's Anatomy. And like I heard the voice, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's a dude that played Jackson in Grey's Anatomy or whatever." And then I got a good look at his face. I'm like, "Holy shit, they actually used the actor. That's crazy." I thought it was cool, but
Yeah, no, it's the reason they're doing it. It's on one hand, like you said, because it's cool. On the other hand, because it's actually a lot cheaper and easier than making a model.
yeah, I could see that because I think Jax or the I don't know what the hell the android's name was, and the I can't remember now. It's been too long, but the one that I know as Jackson from Grey's Anatomy, I mean, it looked really good. Like I recognized him right away, and I got like terrible vision issues, and I was able to recognize him right away. I was like, "Fuck,
One's
that's like
Jackson.
they did, huh?"
Which one's Jackson?
I think he's like the Oreo guy, like half black, half white, or maybe he's just a light skinned black guy. Uh, he comes in like a later season.
I've only seen bits and pieces.
I don't know. I liked his character in the show, honestly. I don't know how he is as a person, but I liked his character in the show, and I liked his character in Detroit, Almost Human, or whatever the name of that one is. His character was pretty likable in that one.
I don't know.
Wait,
It's
what?
just I've always had an issue with the David Cage games because like the concept of him I like. It's just the way he presents him. He's very up his own arse about it.
Who?
The guy who made Detroit Become Human or the
Oh,
fucking anthology Dark Pictures or whatever the hell it's called. One where it's basically like a fucking set in a horror game and you've got like choices to keep the people alive.
oh, yeah. I see. I only watched like the first 3 or 4 hours of gameplay. My buddy was streaming. Because he ended up. Well, he works a lot, so like he didn't really end up getting to stream any more of it. I don't even know if he ever finished it. Oh wait, did I catch that Heracross? I love that thing. Yeah, I did. Suck it, Wolf.
Look at Rawg being so nice to her.
But he's always catching the ones I want. And so is Clocks. I think Dragon did too. But this time, I got that one. I just need a Scyther, or a Scyther, and I don't know that other one. Other fucking beetle thing. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. Not Heracross, but it's not Scyther. I don't remember. Anyway, back to what I was talking about before. So yeah, you're gonna be playing that?
I haven't bought it yet. It's on my wish list.
Oh okay, yeah, I was gonna say I'd watch some of that on your stream because that one actually seemed pretty interesting.
Well, there's a few of them that I think you'd like. I just like the Dark Pictures anthology are all similar to that one. House of Ashes, Little Hope, and Man of Medan. And then The Quarry is another one. Basically, it's you go through and it's like watching a movie, but your decisions affect the end. And you can accidentally kill off people.
Yeah, you can also
Oh.
accidentally kill off people when your computer lags out and you can't get to the QTE in time.
Yep.
Oh well, don't let your computer lag out. Did you ever check
Oh.
out that one game I told you about? That fucking one about the like you play as a detective and it's like fully voice interactable and shit.
The AI one.
Yeah, well, one of them. There's apparently two.
I need more than that. What's it called?
Vaudeville or Vaudeville or
I don't remember you talking to me about that one.
Yeah,
and then there was another
I do
one
because
gotta
I was there
find.
as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I
There's
told you
Ro-
about that one a long time ago.
Not the one where you said that some guy was streaming and he managed to get he managed to fucking gaslight the AI characters in the cover or some shit like that.
Well, okay, it wasn't that way. It was the same dude, but it was a different game. But it's literally you're talking about the other one where you play as like a cop and try to get to the bottom of like a crime or a murder, I think it was. And that one actually takes place in the future. And yeah, like he ended up getting the two of the AI to start fighting each other, and he just like left because they were fucking each other up. But no, it was the same dude, different game. Honestly, that one would probably be pretty funny too. But I mean, it would just be more of like a funny thing to do, not like I wouldn't try to play those games seriously. But then again, I never try to play any game seriously. I always tend to screw around in most games because, well, that's fun for me. And if I ever do want to play it seriously, I'll knuckle down and be all serious about it. But most of the time, I'll I take my time on it if I can. I hate games that put you on a timer.
Well, see, and that's one thing with these type of games that I was telling you. You got to be really quick on your QTs.
I don't know what QT means
Or
other
what
than
or whatever.
that one movie that
QTE,
upset
it's
everybody.
QTE.
quick time event, and the developers of Shenmue, I hope they're burning in hell for fucking inventing that one. Jesus Christ, that's been plaguing the fucking games.
Yeah, I don't fuck with games that have that. That's why I never played any of the Far Cry's. I played Far Cry 3, discovered that bullshit was in it, and yeah, I just never played any other ones after that because Far Cry seemed like a really fun game. Which it was until, yeah, I kept getting killed by like random shit because I couldn't see the buttons in time in order to uh like fight off an alligator or what the fuck ever. Or crocodile or what the hell ever those things were in that game. Oh no, it was in 3. I mean, I would have liked to have played like 4. Well, I think 5 was the most recent, but I just assumed that bullshit's also in those.
I've played 5 and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. I've played 5 and I can't remember anything about it.
Although
So-
somehow that was when I had the fucking Radeon graphics card as well, and that keeps track of your gameplay for games that you've played. And somehow, in one playthrough of that game, I managed to get about, I think it was something like 600,000 hours played.
Wow, you really did play that game a lot. I'm surprised. Like you're missing 600,000 hours of your life. That if you can't remember anything about it, you might want to go to
Yeah.
a doctor. You got a problem.
But apparently, I've been playing that game since before the fucking Super Nintendo came out.
God damn. Yeah, you've sunk a lot of time in that one. Eh.
Dude, I'm spending so
what-
much money right now.
So, Death, what have you I mean, I've been talking for like the first hour
and
and a half of
I'm
this.
loving the fact that
Like,
you guys have been talking so
I was
much because
bitching
I'm doing
about
all
fucking
my
video games.
Christmas shopping right now. I have basically I have to buy one more thing for one of my kids, and then I have to buy them all socks because they all need socks, and that's from Santa. And
Oh, socks. You shouldn't give socks as Christmas present. That's so
well, no,
lame.
socks and underwear go into stockings.
That's so
Wi-
lame, though. Just
with
give it to them.
with whatever little and if I'm feeling like a real asshole, I will wrap each individual set. And And as I put them in there, and at first they're like, "Oh, look at all these little presents that we have in our stocking," said. But as they continue on, they just get more aggravated. Like, these are
And
just
then you put something like a gift
socks.
card at the very bottom, like where they'll once they get if they get to the bottom, they get money.
Yeah, generally at the bottom, I'll put something that they really want, like a movie or yeah. So I
Hey, look,
got my
adoption
dad-
papers.
Oh my god.
Wow, you're not my real mom.
But okay, so you guys know me. You guys know the crazy shit that comes out of my mouth.
Yep.
I grew up with brothers.
I've heard of some of the crazy shit that goes in your mouth too.
I mean, if you've been hearing it, then I think there might be a bit of a problem at the other end.
Yeah, there is. That's a lot of trouble.
But so my brother, for my birthday and Christmas, he spent $450 on me for new tires on my car. He is a master mechanic, so whenever for holidays, birthdays, whatever, that's what he does for me. He does work on my car, which thank you God, love my brother. He's a big help because cars hate me, especially tires. I've had one tire that I continuously have to refill because of a small leak, even though it's a
Tired of
perfectly
his
good
shit.
tire. I know, right? I am too. Um, so I looked at him just like, "What do you want for Christmas? Because I am getting you something." And he's like, happy family." I'm like, "Oh, so you need a blow up girlfriend? That's what you're telling me." And he's just like,
Well,
"Yeah."
if you manage to find one, can you send me one? Because apparently they're still out of stock.
Well, you're in Ireland. You need a sheep. That the sheep ones are still available for you guys.
He's
No, that's
not
the
Welsh.
Welsh.
What the hell?
But the Irish, that's the leprechauns, and they're not screwing someone's cousin.
And he's English anyway. He's not even Irish.
I know. I know. I'm just fuck you guys. But so now I'm
Well, if
actually
you're going to be
kinda
racist, at least get it right.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
That is true.
That's like telling a Mexican to get back out in the fields and keep picking. Like, the Mexican's kind of like, what?
Unless it's cotton,
It was cotton.
then it's not the Mexicans.
Well, but that's the equivalent to what you just did. It's like, hey, you
I
fucking
get it, I
Mexican,
get it, I
get
get
back
it.
out there in the field and keep picking that cotton. And it's just like the Mexican's like, what? How is that even close?
Oh,
You
but
may not even catch it. He'll be very confused.
but yeah, so now I'm actually debating on because my brother then seriously continues on, goes, "Really? Because my last one popped. Can you find one that isn't so squeaky?" I'm just like, "I'll just send you a bottle of lube with it too. There you go." So, but now I'm like, nah, probably not gonna do because I was a pure romance consultant there during COVID for something to do at home. That sounds wrong. But so I know there's
Is that where
better
you
things.
helped like married couples with like erectile dysfunction and like they all come
A
in, you
can
all
of
get
Pam would
naked
do
and
the.
start.
Oh my God! I should totally do a blow up doll and a can of Pam.
Hey, look,
Clocks.
clocks.
That is
Hi,
perfect.
clocks.
And he would laugh, and he'd probably use it. Um,
I'm sorry again, clocks. I slept until like 4 o'clock today. I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back on track. I didn't sleep at all last night.
yeah,
Like I fell asleep last night sometime after 3. I laid in bed all night and tried to sleep and couldn't.
But so now I'm actually looking at better options than a blow up doll.
2 blow-up dolls. You tell me we got them twins.
Get those
No,
tits
no, there-
things that Potato
those,
Frog
like-
was showing off her tits that one day on cam.
there's
those.
those torso. Well, no, that's
Yeah.
a tit. That's a titty. No,
That's
he
a
doesn't.
tit torso pillow.
He doesn't. He doesn't want a pillow. That's gonna be a little hard to clean, especially since he doesn't have a washer and dryer at his house.
Just tell him to use a condom.
No, he doesn't
Yeah,
use
see, condoms. Look,
He,
look, Clark said condoms.
he doesn't use
I like
condoms,
it.
and that's one thing I ask him. I look at him and I ask him just like, "Are you sure you don't have any stray kids running around or anything like that?"
Whoa.
And
What?
he goes, "What? An
What do
empty
you-
box of condoms. Stray because he doesn't like to use condoms."
Well, then
And he goes, "Well, yeah, I am sure you can't make butt babies."
tell him to put like a plastic bed. Get some saran wrap or something. Like I don't know.
Well, no, like,
Tell him to
but
get a
yeah,
Twinkie wrapper.
so you can get like those torso things, right?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't have like a head, which good, it's not talking
Get
then.
him like what's those things called? Jacks or whatever. Like
Yeah, let's get him Jack.
no,
Let's get him
no,
Jack.
no, 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 no,
Jack,
no, no,
Jack, are you
no,
here? Jack,
no, not that
Rawg's
Jack.
giving you to
Like
my
no.
brother for
Well, I mean,
Christmas.
I don't know if he's into it, sure, but no, it's like it's kind of like what you're describing, except for it's just an ass. Like it's like a pelvic area, just an ass. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's for gay men though. It's a man's asses.
Well, they make one that has a hole for both areas, butt and vagina. And then you also can have one that includes the torso, so you get the boobs in there too.
What about the face?
No, my brother doesn't give a shit about the face.
But the face is important.
Not for him.
Well, he's racist.
How is that racist?
I don't know. It is somehow though. That's clocks.
Clocks, how is that racist?
Because you can't accurately hate on the doll if you can't see the face.
There you go.
You guys are horrible.
Okay. Put that in there. Boom. Okay, we'll catch this thing. Goodbye. Wait, why is Clocks leaving?
Oh, look, a distraction.
No, Clocks, come back.
No, you're not allowed to leave. Clocks, these are very important conversations. But I don't know what to get
Yeah,
my
we're
dad.
trying to hook her brother up with. We'll hook your dad up with like a fucking Asian model of what you're talking about.
Well,
for
no,
your brother.
I can't do that because he has his mail order bride coming next month.
Well, yeah, but she's not here yet.
Yeah, but then what? He has to throw this thing away? No.
Yeah, suck it, Clocks. I got it. Clocks tried to take my Pokemon.
You're gonna make her run away because you're bullying her over the.
I'm
You're
not
fighting over
bullying
fucking
Clocks. I
Pokemon.
love little Clocksy.
Little Cloxy. Hey,
Goldie Clocksy.
Clox, you wanna? I don't know. You wanna play a game after this? You only have about an hour after this, but wanna play a game? Wanna play a game? Fuck. Why is Pornhub coming up on my phone?
What the fuck?
I'm trying to. I have like 3 things going through my head right now.
Or useful? Wait, what?
Do you want something silly, Death, or useful? Either. Useful, he generally buys on his own.
Oh, get him one of those like multi-tools, but you can also fuck it.
Oh,
The
Wolf
mail order
probably
bride.
knows where to get one of those.
Yeah, it's got a mail order bride.
Well, okay, that's racist, but because she's Filipino doesn't mean she's necessarily a good cook.
get him a bottle of fucks. Oh my god.
So
Yeah, that sounds like. Well,
Bottle
I'm
of fucks.
currently walking away from my base, just looking at it to see when it pops out a render distance. I'm at 700 meters and I can still see it.
yeah, but what's your render distance set to?
I think it's whatever the server's default is.
12? I don't know if that's like 1200 meters, 12. 1,000 meters.
I have no idea, but I think the game's officially considered it part of the Skybox now.
Hey, look, Clux. Ares broke the server.
Is this surprising? Like, he's like known for breaking games at this point. Like,
1 kilometer,
That'll be fine.
1 kilometer, I can still see it. Kind of. The fog's kind of blurring it.
Go into creative mode, type in or open the thing or the fucking what's it called? The
The eyes.
console and type in
Yeah.
weather D or weather space D and hit enter. That will turn the weather to clear skies.
Make sure I have enough money to do this.
Oh, it's
shit
gradual as well.
I
That's cool.
do.
It's what?
Yeah. It's the Silent Hill fog, basically. Oh, no. That was popping in. Okay, 1.1 can still see it.
Did that clear the fog?
Yep. Oh my god, I think it is part of the skybox now. Even the trees are despawning, I can still see it.
Shit.
That's the there's a setting in the game. It's like it determines the structure, like structures that you like cities and shit you can see off in the
Fill it with
distance.
the word
Trees don't
fuck or
count.
Put fucks to give on it.
Mountains and actually I don't think mountains count either. It's literally just buildings
Okay.
or
I
structures.
gotta do some fucking math. Make sure.
Scaly told me about it. I don't remember what it was,
Staying
what setting
within
it
my
was,
budget.
but I was going through them one day and reading them out, and he was telling me what each one did, and yeah, there was one that did that.
Ah,
2 kilometers, I can still see it. Oh yeah, it pops out at 2 kilometers. That's the render distance for buildings.
God damn. Wait, what's this say? 8th month, 1st day, 1988 to. Wait, what?
That was from Jeff's
Oh,
previous stream.
yeah, I see. Yeah, well, it just popped up again.
Shit, it is part of the
Nigel.
skybox. My base is part of the skybox.
Does that mean it floats now?
Pull that off.
Whenever you ever go into fly mode, you can, instead of just sprinting forward, you can press Q to teleport forward a bit. If you do it fast enough, then anything that's in the skybox will take a second to render back to where it's supposed to be. I teleported past my base and it was still in front of me until the game realized it was behind me. But the base is officially part of the skybox now.
Wow. Yeah, keep building. Maybe you'll get to the moon.
Okay. I wonder if there's actually like a fucks to give bottle on Amazon. Fucks to give.
You could give them West Virginia or canned West
There
Virginian
is
roadkill.
for $16. It literally has little wooden words in it saying fucks to give. $14, guys. Oh, that only has one fuck. My last fuck to give miniature bottle drink. Do a last.
Oh
fuck.
yeah, what do I do with that coin?
Oh, let me see. Okay. There you go. Fucks to give. $16.
Yeah, she says it's cheaper if you
Oh,
make it.
Just
Just make one.
Yeah.
Get
but
a
this is
bucket
nicer 'cause they're
and just.
they're wood fucks.
Well, so what? You can't fucking do minor woodwork. Like you can't carve something. Hell, I can
Not
carve
like
something.
this. I will send. This is only $8. Seriously, $8 for this jar.
Beth, I know how
full
to
of
carve
fucks.
wood. Okay, like you're going to send something to me that I can actually do, and you're going to be like, "What? See, look, you can't do that." When I actually can.
Like,
See,
yeah,
Def, I can do one better
I could-
because I've had this for a couple of years now, and if that's the route you're going for, this would probably be better, funnier.
Well, fine
Yes.
then, Death. Just get a bunch of like little like wooden blocks with like little stickers on it that says like fucks and then give or whatever, like 2 little stickers, just stick one like on the or stick those stickers on the front. You can literally just make whatever you want.
See, the funny thing is, I just sent a picture of a coin to Death, and that is basically what the coin is.
Oh, fucks to get.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Yep, and I've only got the one.
Yeah, I don't care about what's new on Discord.
Yeah, it fucking
That's
popped up for me
awesome.
as well. Even has its own protective casing.
Oh. Wait. Oh, my dad died next week. In 2017.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Sorry about your
Yep.
loss.
Oh, he's been dead since 2017. If I'm not over it by now, I'm probably not gonna get over
Well, it really depends on how they die. I'm still not over my brother's death, but
it.
that's
He
because of
died
how he died, though.
from cancer
Yep, see, that's a
at
bad one.
like 76 years old. Or no, 75 years old. He, like, what was it? He died
Just
either
get
a
little
week
rectangles of
before.
paint right fuck on them. That's a lot. I don't like doing that shit, Clocks. Like spending $8 and just getting a jar.
And I'm like,
So much better.
his 11-year-old cousins died 3 days ago from. Well,
My
Oh,
grandpa,
shit.
he died of
Well, that's way
lung
too young
cancer.
to.
Well, I'm the same age as my brother when he died. Get glitter pens, make it a family thing. Yes,
Yeah.
let's have my kids
Yeah, let the
decorate the
little
word
let the
word
little
fuck.
one
Your
do
kids
that. Let my little favorite one do it.
hey, look,
She
Dev, you've
would
got an epic.
love that.
Hey, Dev, you've got an Epic Game Store holiday sale going on.
I know it's grr. Just so you guys know, Epic Games holiday sales going on right now.
And even better, never buy one of their games, just get them when they're free.
Yes, wait until they're free. I have some halfway decent ones. Does anyone have that what is it?
Wait, has the Steam Christmas sale started yet? Because I got some games I want to get.
No,
No,
I
it
think it's still on
hasn't.
the VR.
I was just looking at my wish list, so no, it's not. Or I'm very unlucky with my wish list this year. Dude, make your kids make it. Do it. I'm gonna just buy it. Or what I can do is I can buy this, and since they're wood, they can color them or whatever. They can do glitter or whatever on them. There we go. There we go. And they're wood, so that all the glitter and shit would look even better. Just saying.
There's no official sale going on, but there is a lot of games on discount.
Yeah.
On Steam or
Uh,
Epic?
Steam.
I gotta go look. I have a handful of games. Wait, why do I have a DM? Who DM me?
Who's sliding into Rawg's DMs? Clocks.
Nobody. Somebody must have tagged me in something, but I have no idea what.
I gotta get my card real quick so I can do this one.
There's Ares. My base is now officially pro. Oh, you already told me that, Ares. I already knew that. You
Yeah,
just
I
told me
didn't-
that like 2
I didn't ding you in it. I just left it in the 7-day chat.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
well,
since
well,
he
that
is the main boyo,
Oh, you've got
the
the
leader.
thing to ding every time a message is sent in there.
I think, yeah. Or I think I
Uh,
set that up right.
Yeah, no. Fuck doing.
Well, no, like I had, my Discord was like lit up, like at the bottom. Like sometimes it'll like light up and stuff happens.
Oh, you got the orange
Or-
clock. Wait,
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
don't know what's it.
Usually it's DMs for me, but it wasn't this time. I didn't have any DMs.
Supposed to be, but like times out of 10 it is.
Yeah, well, about 90% of the time it is for me. It's rare that it's not. All right, let's go look at the wish. Oh, Is anything on sale? Okay, there's one thing that's on sale. Is this the thing that was on sale like a week ago? God, they're really trying to sell this thing. Like, what the fuck is this? No, it's 25% at $30. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this to go on sale even, or go on a bigger sale, I think. It's that Sengoku game. That game has been on sale for like a week. 25% at $30, or 25% off at $30 full price or whatever. I seen it last week. I'm just waiting for it to go on like a bigger sale, hopefully.
Next one will be
Probably next week.
Yeah, they're probably gonna make sure it's literally next week to the end of the year.
Yeah, because I got Evacron
because
Legacy. Then I got Kingdom Workshop. That might be fun.
How you doing?
I'm not doing very well. So, Death, what do you have for us? Me and Ares have been bitching and complaining and talking somewhat positively about a few games, but mostly we've just been bitching and complaining. Well, what do you got? What you got this week?
Besides hepatitis.
Yeah, how's that coming along? Did you get that fixed?
No,
Did you take your Benadryl to get rid of your hepatitis?
I don't get it fixed. I don't know what to
Oh,
do.
so you did take your Benadryl. Good.
Let's see. Let's see. What did I? How much longer do we got on this? We got 20 minutes because I started 10 minutes early because of the Horde Night. Doop, doop,
Come on, I've
doop.
carried this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I actually had stuff for us to talk about too.
Oh, yeah, since you're addicted to Vampire Survivors, but haven't actually made much progress in it. This game you might like.
I just haven't played it in a while.
You've played it more than I have!
Yeah. Let's see. Oh
Well,
my god.
Mrs. Kitty
Okay.
got her stitches out, and her chin is in very nice shape. Can't even tell she ever had surgery.
Okay, so you guys know how I was telling you about, or I shared a link with you guys about how they are prepping for the Leaning Tower of Pisa to fall. Like it's not gonna fall. They don't think it's gonna fall here in the next like year or two, but or anytime
Really?
real soon, but they just are prepping for it.
Why don't they
think
just
about
wrap a cable around it and pull it back the other way?
Well, it's actually like held up by some cables to make sure it doesn't fall.
They've only just realised that a structurally unsound building is liable to collapse.
I know, right? So, but now like here at leaningtowerpisa.com, they're saying will not fall in the foreseeable future.
But what about the
It's
earthquakes?
just well, and that's the thing. I just read another. How old is this? No, this is something that's supposed to be continuously updated, I'm thinking. But I literally just read something that said they're blocking off more areas to prep for when it falls. And they're saying it's a code yellow. It's not a code red, so it's not definite. Like they're.
I think they got to go through code orange before they get to code red.
Well, yeah. Grr.
And then it goes to code red, and if there's anyone on it, it turns into code brown.
Or blue.
Well, and if they're under it, it's really red.
Then there'd be crimson.
That's code crimson.
Yep.
Sounds like the name of a game.
Never. Okay. There. Okay, I just got to get. Okay, Mofa's done. McKenna, my dad, and my brother are it.
What'd you get me?
Uh,
Don't forget about Ares.
nice
too.
little finger. I'll get, guys. I'll get you all jars of fucks to give.
I've already got one.
Yeah, but I'll give you more, so you can give more fucks. You have more
you fuck
fucks to
it?
give.
But then the people I work with imply I actually give a shit.
You do. But then you give them
Oh,
the fuck,
no.
and then you don't give.
What I could do next Halloween, trick or treating, I could actually answer the door and just give them out instead.
Oh my god. Well, and then there's also what you could do is
Secret Santa.
or no, fuck. I've drank too much wine. Something that I could give you is that blow up girlfriend.
I still need to
'Cause,
make that
The U
count for it.
because the US totally is not out of those right now.
Neither is Japan.
Let's see. Blow up girlfriend. No, they have
Well, with the import rate, it probably is
AI
cheaper to buy a wife.
Okay, Amazon.com.
That's true.
Blow up girlfriend. Grow a girlfriend?
What?
To get
What's that?
girls, so you get-
That popped up for me and I didn't actually look at it. What the fuck is that?
It's like this little you put it in water. It's a little doll thing. You put it in water and it'll just grow. So it sucks in the moisture and it just grows. Ages 3 and up. Oh my
That's
god! Seriously, someone
Whoa.
would give this to their 3-year-old?
Well, I don't know. Is it
that's
naked?
gonna set off some weird kinks.
Yep. Let's see.
What? Liking wet women?
Blow.
Grow your own
up.
girlfriend.
Hmm.
Although I suppose
18
enlargement
bucks
is a thing.
arrives before Christmas
Well,
for
there you go. Buy it for your kids.
blow up. There's Ginger, Fernando, and Destiny.
How to tell your kids they're a disappointment, buy them a book, grow your own girlfriend.
Our kids would probably love it. Well, our youngest would, but I don't know about the rest of them.
Sorry, I got no fucks to give. You don't have any fucks to give on this, Clocks? Oh, I could get him the funny stress squeeze ball toys, the booby ones. He'd like those.
Who, your dad?
Yeah, my dad. He'd be able to squeeze in boobies. I tell you, me and my family, we're fucking weird. We have no problems talking about sex and shit. Like, do we want to hear details about the bedroom? No. But generic? Nah.
So what Clock said?
No, she said sorry, I got no fucks to give.
No. Well, that's okay. She'll find more.
I can mail her some.
Yeah.
Sex checks. 60 checks for maintaining balance in the bedroom. Interesting.
I forgot about those. Those were around for a while.
Oh, there's an inflatable monkey. There you go, Ares. You can...
Ain't that monkey.
Dude, okay, there was this thing called website, I think it Black Sheep, I think it was, or something like that, where you could spank the monkey. It had all those weird small bullshit games. And there was one where you hit a penguin with a club and you could see how
Show
far it
cartoon?
would go. Huh?
Show cartoon?
That's not the one I used.
Oh.
Pretty sure I know what game you're on about. They were on a lot of sites, and one of them I used to play those on was Addicting Games, because that was basically where all the Flash games were stuck.
Yep, and oh my god, and then there was Slap the Monkey where it told you how fast you hit it. Ideal inflatable husband who won't take half my shit? Guys.
What's that? It doesn't exist?
I know. Grow a pair of boobs. Rawg!
Ugh,
Find something for you. You can grow your
I
own
don't want to grow
boobs.
my own boobs. I want
Grow
other
your
people's
own
boobs.
boobs.
Yeah, I was waiting for Clocks to say that.
What?
But I need
Oh.
those.
Yeah, he needs
Aries
them more
need-
than I do.
Aries needs to grow himself some boobs.
I don't need them. My life is constantly going tits up.
So we can get him to grow a pair of boobs and the boob stress balls. I like how there's a little heart emoji over the nipple, so then you can't see the nipple. Because
Yeah.
fuck areolas, as long as you can't see the nipple, it's fair game. Never understood that shit.
Me neither.
I don't know why they can't just do censorship like the Chinese and just cover everything and come.
Well,
Well, that's how you end up with a drowning by bukkake.
which happens to Japanese women on a daily basis.
Yes.
God bless those Japanese women.
Which is
Poor
also
Uh,
ironic when that is the one country struggling to find male porn stars.
Oh my god, really? Well, yeah, no one wants to watch a small. Mm-hmm.
Low wang by name, small wang by game.
Let's see. Well,
In the Chinese version of World of Warcraft, they censored anything that was gore or blood. Not that there was a lot of it, but there was like in some of the dungeons there'd be like chunks of meat laying around or something, or skeletons, like just dead skeletons, just like laying on the floor. Non-interactable stuff mostly. And then if you could interact with it, it was for like a quest or something to like gather something from it. But mostly it was just like random shit, just like throw it in a corner. Well, China has this thing about death. They don't like want death to be mentioned, seen, heard, or anything else. So Blizzard literally had to go through and replace all of the chunks of meat with loaves of bread, and all the bones with loaves of bread.
oh my
So
god.
like, and like this, I think it was Shadowfang Keep or whatever. There was like, because it was like werewolves and shit in there, and you would find like ripped up bodies and shit. But I guess on the Chinese version, it was just piles of loaves of bread and like the corners and shit. Just random loaves of bread everywhere.
They should have done it with torn up Chinese propaganda.
Do what?
When they had to censor it, they should have done it with torn up chunks of Chinese propaganda, just as a little fuck you to them.
No, that was Blizzard's cash cow.
Oh my god,
Like,
these actually are pretty damn cheap if I get this from my brother.
what?
Since he keeps replacing your tires, give him a tire iron.
Oh, and they had to rechange the name of the Death Knight to the Fate Knight.
Dude, there's
That
one for
sounds so
$38.
This sounds what?
Camp. Another word for
Yeah,
gay.
yeah. Yeah, it was Fate Knight. Because, well, I mean, the Death Knight was like a pretty popular class that like a lot of people liked, but they had to call it the Fate Knight.
Oh, found what I'm getting my brother. There we go. I just gotta get his well no, it says discreet shipping, so as long as I don't open the fucking box at home, I should be fine, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't open it.
And then
Yeah.
just take it to my brother's. I'll get it before Christmas because he's not opening this in front of my kids.
Don't worry, it was imported from China and I didn't open it because it's an ominous posting. Oh shit, it's anthrax!
Yeah, that sounds like something China or COVID Part 2.
I need more wine for this shit, guys.
Fucking China did that to me with COVID once. It was worth it though.
Oh, here. I need to I need to send something to you guys. Let's see, Spitroast chat. Oh no, we'll do the chat with clocks in it.
Send it
She'll
to
like
Clocks.
this. There you guys go.
I can't look at it right now. I'm eating.
It's self-adhesive triangle silicone breast forms. Honestly, these are really awesome because it's for the. It's made it. The main purpose was for those with those females who had breast cancer and had a mastectomy. So so this is like the cheap way to do it, so you don't have to go and get like a breast enlargement.
Well, you could just like go buy Kim Kardashian, I think it is, his new bra that has nipples.
Oh yeah, you freaking sent me that.
Or dude?
I thought you did.
See, what you need to do is you need to buy them in bulk, and then when you go into shopping in a retail shop or anyway, just hide them. As you're walking past people's shopping trolleys while they're not looking, drop one in there and just walk off.
Cosmos, you're not old enough to be in our chat.
Huh?
Cosmos, he says, I'm on life
There you
support for
live.
finals and this helps me. Okay. Well, you're the one who's agreeing that you're old enough to listen to this. It's not on me.
Can't help it. Whoever listens, listens.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe in free speech. So anyone's allowed to listen.
But here,
All
what I found for my brother, I'm not sending this one to Clocks.
You should send it to Cosmos.
No! No.
Yeah, we can get cosmic ratings on everything.
I keep moving things over so they don't fucking see it. Okay. It's in our Spitroast chat, guys.
What is it, a pocket
Oh,
pussy?
those things. Yeah, basically.
Basically, but with more curves.
Curves.
Basically, if you have it,
Because it's
basically,
a torso.
basically, it's
No.
a pocket pussy for those with an amputee fetish.
With an amputee, including the head.
For most people, holding a heartbeat's enough.
You want to see it, Clocks? Okay, you asked for it.
Yeah, Clocks might be into that. You shouldn't
Guys, she specifically said, "Why do I get left out?" So,
Yeah.
There you go.
I think Clocks should be brought in on
asked for it.
everything.
She should just be a part of our spit roast chat. What the hell is that trying to do? Right. There you go, Clocks. Go look in there. You'll like it. No. She's not gonna join the VC. She's not comfortable with that. But she is comfortable with joining in the chats. So we like that. I regret all my choices. See, I told you. You need to trust me when I say no. She's not gonna like this.
When I said it's for people with amputee fetish, that should have given it away a little bit.
Know, right? You did yourself. We tried. We really tried. We gave you all the right warnings and everything.
I tried to include her.
Yes.
See, this is why I call her the
it's only $40.
masochist.
That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, that's only $40.
Why I keep calling her the masochist, because she keeps doing it to herself.
You found my brother his present. There you go. See, that's my brother. This is what good sisters get their brothers. Apparently.
Maybe you two should just introduce your brothers and maybe they'll hit it off.
Oh.
And go and buy the gifts, get it off.
Maybe they'll get married, and then you two will be related.
Yay! Clocks-in-law.
I mean, you said that your brother already likes to give it to him in the butt, so hey.
Yeah, because he doesn't
Said
want to have
butt baby. He said butt babies aren't a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, that's a good idea. Clocks is all for it. I don't know. Does your brother have a good sized butt though? Because my brother, he likes
pretty
a boob.
picky.
He doesn't care about boobs though. Like that's the only thing I see on this that could end up being an issue is how big the boobs are.
Hopefully, Clocks' brother does not have big boobs.
I wonder if there's one with smaller boobs.
Yeah, it's called a knife.
Just get him a male one.
Or maybe I should just get
Or
the
a
waist
tranny
down.
one.
Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. I found a female one. One for females. Clax, in case you're interested. Just so you know, we don't discriminate.
You could probably find a Fuda one too. One that's got everything.
Why the hell do the boobs have to be fucking gigantic?
Because every guy likes big boobs.
No, my brother doesn't. Well, he says he doesn't.
Well, your brother is got some kind of a mental anomaly that scientists need to study, because I know like every gay man I've ever spoke to even likes
Yes.
big boobs. Like
Yep. I
your brother
realize
is some
that.
kind of a weird anomaly that scientists need to capture and study.
Cosmos says I'm with Rawg. I don't think having a big chest as a male isn't good. Just saying. Just cut him. Problem solved. Yeah, I guess that's what he can do. He can cut down his own set of tits. Ta-da! So there's your Christmas ideas, guys. Jars full of fucks to give. Mail
Backpack
mat,
pussies, because you can't fit those things in your pocket. That's
Yeah,
something. Backpack pussy. That's something we need to market next.
Why? What? A backpack pussy?
Yeah.
Why would that be a thing?
Well, because the things that you're talking about that I said were pocket pussies actually are pocket pussy. You can't just put that in your pocket and go. You got to put that in the backpack and go.
You know what we should do? We should.
It's like a full torso.
Oh, hold on. We should make a whole like child, a child carrier type thing. Like it's similar to a child carrier, but one built just for that.
What?
So
just
it
to
can be
put your
carried.
pocket, just to put your
So-
fucking
so
backpack
you can put
pussy
the-
in. Yeah.
These people are gonna think they have a kid strapped to the back, but no, they don't.
They're
Unless
going
they're
camping into the
Catholic.
woods. They're going camping into the woods. They're carrying that. Somebody's like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh, that's my backpack pussy. Well, why are you taking that? Well, I need something to fuck out there.
Cosmos, you just wait a couple years. You'll know.
Know
You'll
what?
know, bud. He's like, I don't know what then. Good. Yes, Clax, you're being her right there. Good. You don't know. Good.
If he
Yeah.
listens to the podcast enough,
It's
He'll
good.
learn. Oh, he'll learn real
He'll
quick.
learn a lot of
He'll
things.
learn real quick.
It's a
Or
good
a
job
lot of
he's
things
part of
to-
it's a good job he's part of the generation that doesn't know how to use Google.
Shush! Why give him the idea? Bad Aries.
He's gonna learn
Like-
at some point. He might as well learn when there's somewhat responsible
if
adults
he has
around.
not stumbled across porn on the internet at
hold
any
on.
point in his life,
Are we these somewhat responsible adults here?
look, all I'm saying is if he has not stumbled across porn on the internet, even by accident at some point, he is not using the internet correctly.
Not to mention
Hey,
YouTube
like
is
we talked
advertising
about-
it.
But like I told you a long time, like on our second episode, I never even looked at porn. It was like a big no. Like I didn't search it out. I didn't find it. I
Yeah,
barely touched
but-
the internet. I already did by accident and on purpose. That's what-
Yeah, so there you go.
When you hit 18, we will have you on this just so you can talk about those if you want, bud, because that's got to be funny. Who's the adult? I don't know. I don't know who's the adults. Aries was saying there's some adults somewhere here.
But that's
He's definitely not
clocks.
the adult.
It's clocks.
Mama Clocks? There you go.
She's the
Okay.
adult.
Okay, you keep close eye on Cosmos. Make sure he doesn't.
Make sure he doesn't use the internet
Cosmos-
inappropriately.
Cosmos, here's a word of advice that came from my brother. You can't make butt babies.
I mean, if you go by my racist jokes, yes, you can.
So you
Oh,
could
no.
get shit on your dick though.
Yes. I've told stories about some random stuff that happened to me, and I can't wait to share them.
Just saying, brown babies have to come from somewhere.
Clock says not it, so that means Rawg has to be it.
Be what?
The adult.
No,
Yeah.
just no.
Originally,
Hey, guys.
Source was supposed to find us an adult on Craigslist. He never did, so it's Clocks, and she admitted to it a year ago now.
That is true. I did
There
hear
we
her
go.
say
This
that
is
once.
why we call her Mama Clocks, because we consider her our adult. When you gonna stop doing tax fraud now, Rawg? What? Rawg.
Okay.
He's not doing anything the government isn't doing.
It's a religion. I don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, that's true. Yes. We just have to fill out a form for his religion.
Ares already did.
Then there we go. We're good. I mean, if Scientology doesn't have to fucking pay taxes,
Or the
Neither does
religion
the
of
cult
Jedis.
or the Pastafarians. Clocks got demoted from adult to child, apparently. No, she
They're
didn't.
Roganites.
I start work on the 19th. Good luck,
Or
Cosmos!
Roginians. I'm not sure which.
To be added on the form, you actually have to be a leader or a lord or a duke or a god. I'm not even on the form.
I am. I'm a
Yep,
lord. Read my name.
Yep, and then there's a goddess Bufany. There's a couple on there. I don't know who they are.
I don't think there was
I
one
know
for
our-
first sacrifice.
Oh yeah, that's Scaly. Scaly always gets a first sacrifice. Frog, excuse me from Texas. You got no. You got to become a lord or duke, a god or something, and then you get put on the form as part of, or you just create your own temple that worships Lord Rawg.
Yep.
There you go. Start yourself a temple. Okay,
Nope.
guys. It is
Sorry,
now
Miss Kitty.
officially 11 o'clock. I've gotten most of my Christmas shopping done and had a lot of interesting conversations.
And we bitched about games.
And Bishop bought a lot of fucking games.
Specifically, game studios and the developers, not the games themselves.
Yeah.
You don't
No.
blame the art, you blame the artist.
Okay,
Yep.
buying a piece of land in Scotland for $1 doesn't count because it is not part of this
I
religion.
never did that.
No, that one is a scam, and it has been proven to be
Yeah,
a
it
scam
is.
multiple times.
That one is bullshit. I've heard so many YouTubers trying to promote that shit, and it's all fake, and I couldn't help but laugh every time they talked about it.
Which reinforces another point I make. If it's promoted by self-proclaimed content creators, stay the fuck away from it.
Yep, it's just NFTs.
On that note, we would like to promote.
Common sense, because apparently the world is staying the fuck away from that one.
Yeah.
No, by actually going to Scotland and buy some land. Well, you go ahead and go do that. It won't
Nobody
help with your
even
taxes.
calls each other dukes and lords and ladies and shit over there.
Not to mention you
Nope.
won't be a Scottish resident, so it still won't count.
Yep, you gotta live there and become a
You gotta be a
resident.
citizen.
Well, okay, guys. So obviously, you've noticed this is a Wednesday. We are now working on Wednesdays because it's especially right
It only
now.
says
this is
Thursday for me.
Fuck off, you and your Irish bullshit. It's 2023. Aries, common sense. was
Why
left
people
behind
set your clocks?
when the U.S. government confirmed aliens were
He
real.
is right.
Huh? Common sense was left behind when the U.S. government confirmed aliens were real.
They've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Hey, aliens are real.
Yeah, and majority of the population of the world, or well,
The government
Maybe I
never
should say that.
confirmed anything.
yeah, the government just shut up. They neither confirmed nor denied.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like
they-
Mexico definitely doesn't have an alien corpse in their underground warehouse that was found by a guy who had done the exact same thing a few years beforehand, and they may have found out that the stuff that he presented was made out of
Yeah,
paper
but
mache.
this time it's
Yeah, but
real.
Cosmo, I just don't understand what you're meaning by common sense was left behind. though, because
Yeah,
like
like
government confirmed aliens were real. No,
aliens
that means
are
common sense was finally
the government
the government
never
finally
said yes or no to that. They
yeah
just gave you a big runabout with it. Like I watched a lot of that shit, and they never confirmed it yes or no.
yep
And if you actually watch the footage, all of it is CGI.
well and because there are new rumors about more of that. Well, there's always gonna be rumors, but you gotta have common sense, and a lot of people out there had common sense and just blew off the government for not giving them an actual answer because we all know, well, most of us with common sense know, hey, the universe is really
Of
large.
course, aliens have to exist somewhere else. You're gonna try
Somewhere
to
there
tell
has
me
to be
that
another one, at least one other planet
you're gonna
out
tell me
in
we're
this
the only
vast,
living being, or our planet is the only planet that has living beings on it.
like
I
how
cannot accept
fucking
that.
conceited to even think of that in a tiny bit. Like, no. I still remember that one fucking date where when I said when it was brought up, do you believe in aliens? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Plus, there's no
it's
there's no fixed definition of aliens either. Like, are they humanoid? Are they bacteria? Are they animals?
yeah. That's the
Nope.
thing I always say. Like one day they will
Anything.
find at least microbes, and that's going
Well,
to
yeah.
prove alien
How
life.
many
Even if
meteor?
they don't find an intelligent species, microbes are still alien.
How many meteors land on fucking Earth every fucking year?
More like every day, I think. They're just really tiny. They're like micrometeors.
So to think
Just because
that
they burn up in
they're
the atmosphere before they land.
Yeah. Sometimes the bigger ones get through. Like that's like you get the shit that happened over Russia or I don't know. There's been a few other ones, but most of the time those don't happen over cities because, believe it or not, there's a lot more of the world that's undeveloped than there is that's developed. Like whenever
pokey
something like
start,
that
but pokey
happens,
start.
whatever something like that happens, like over a city or something, it makes big news. But that type of shit happens all the time. Just most of the time, it happens where nobody is. Like it happens in the middle of the wilderness or something where people like if nobody's there, no one can report it. I don't care what race you are, what country you're from. If nobody's there, then no one can report it.
Okay.
And they've already like pretty much NASA said like, look, we keep up with a lot of the meteor, like the near Earth objects, but there's no way to track them all.
No.
Like there's just too many.
Oh, there is. It's just they don't have the capabilities of doing it.
Well, yeah, there's
Yes.
no way right now for them to track all the near Earth objects. Like no nation in the world has enough
Whew.
power
guys.
or whatever.
We're gonna say goodnight though, because it is
Good
that
night,
time.
everyone.
We will now be on Wednesdays because it works better for our schedules. Aries is getting
Tell
a
your
little busier
friends.
with work and with my schooling. If you haven't already noticed, I have assignments generally due on Thursdays. This way, I'm not stuck working on my homework during podcasts. Owie, now you fucking say something. You missed a lot of fucking good content, but
Well,
Yeah,
good
and we
job,
need
Howie.
we need to continue the plans on setting fire to the Vatican.
I'm not involved with that. I just want that to be out there.
was it just a fire or was there more?
Oh, no,
Like some
wait.
sort of bomb involved.
You can't
No.
bomb the Vatican.
Because you'll damage the contents underneath. Shockwaves will do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the
Whereas-
vaults will become unstable and collapse.
Whereas heat rises, so if you control it, they'll be safe.
Yep, I did go Christmas shopping and I found the perfect $40 non best $40 gift to my
Good
brother.
night, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Good night.
next week.
Good night. See you next
He
week.
bought a
Bye,
portable
guys.
Pornhub subscription.
Oh my god. Silence you guys we're